I just hit the button right now. We are now officially live. Yeah, I know it's funny. The last time we recorded, my dumbass didn't realize that I didn't have my phone on full volume. So I mean, it's not crazy noticeable like right away, but like there's a point in the very beginning. I was like, oh shit, it's not full volume, and I never raised the volume up. So, but yeah, I mean, you sound good now. Um, we have not started the official
Yeah.
show yet. To anybody watching this later on, this is like again, this is our pregame. We were supposed to start this at 7. I am considering your proposal though, as far as like maybe like starting it
Yeah.
at 8, but like I don't know,
Yeah.
only because like I mean it's a time change, but at the same time though it's still 8. It's still 7 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my only
Yeah.
thing. Like, 'cause again, like I said, like I have a curfew. I kind of like being home. You know, like for good after a certain point in time, especially
At a certain time.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially
No, well,
nowadays.
it's just because I'm a primitive animal and I don't rely on technology as much. So my body, I use the sun in the time of day, because I'm always outside in the wild.
Oh my god!
So
What the fuck?
I've learned
Okay,
to kill
okay,
time by
okay, dude. You know what,
when the
man?
sun's out.
This is the part. This is the part. Usually, when I'm hanging out with Ray, and he says, "I have a brain injury," because he's just
Uh,
talking out of his ass, just saying some stupid shit. I'm looking at him going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he looks at me and goes, "I have a brain
I'm not
injury."
sure until I'm finished.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Okay.
No,
I'm all set up. Do you need to do anything before we go and get started? 'Cause like I said, we're starting a little bit
not
late.
really. I mean,
I'm
I
I'm
got my vape. Oh fuck! I got
I'm
my vape. You're probably gonna hear a lot of that from when like I move and sometimes I'll hit just the little nerve part,
oh
and
yeah,
it'll
yeah,
just be
yeah.
like, and yeah. But no, I got all my vapes are charged. I got a beer and a cigarette.
You know what? I was gonna change my shirt, but I don't think I've worn this shirt on the YouTube video, so I'm just gonna go to keep it on. Fuck it. I need to buy some new T-shirts. I think I've used up
Yeah.
all the ones that. It's kind of funny, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's kind of cool that like that became my gimmick, even though I kind of stole it from like other TV shows, characters that have done that before. But like it's funny because like I do get like
Uh-huh.
compliments and like responses from the people that I pick up like food orders from. Like, oh, I like that shirt. Oh, I love that shirt. But because like that's like my gimmick. Like this is my uniform. It's just like clever T-shirts and like sweatpants, basically.
Yeah.
you know. But anyways, okay, if you're good to go, then we can go ahead and start with the intro. Like I said, we have been recording live right now. This is the footage. By the way, anybody watching this later on, this is the footage you'll only see on YouTube. When I post this up later on Spotify and all the other platforms, this is the part that you will not get to hear because the video is only on YouTube, and the outtakes, anything that if for whatever reason we get cut off or there's an interruption, that will get edited out. Only on this we get to see all of that shit. So if you did not watch last episode, there was a good chunk of change when Joey dropped off and like a couple times, and I was just filling in dead air. That sucked. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully that won't happen today. Hopefully we'll be good. Because I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was like, okay, like I don't even know what to fucking talk about. This is shit. But anyways, okay, we do got a lot to talk about. So okay, Joey, one more time. Are you good? We can go and start the intro.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right. All right. Oh,
Finish,
good.
finish,
Good.
finish.
Good. Oof. Good timing. I was right about to start when you said that. I was like, shit. Wait. Going good.
Hold on.
Going good. Going good.
I was tasting the cheese I just made.
Uh,
Okay.
you good?
All right.
All right. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're listening. This is Don't Be So Sensitive with Joey Max Power. I'm Max Power. Here's my co-host.
Joey, motherfuckers.
So as usual, guys, we're going to dive right into this real quick, guys. We have a lot to talk about. We've not been able to record the past 2 weeks. Joey has been sick as a dog, so we do apologize for the inconvenience. However, we are going to make up for lost time. We're going to talk about several things: topical, personal. We're going to jump back and forth. Right off the bat, though, before we get into all of that, though, really quickly, I am still working on the website. Unfortunately, I got billed for it, and I didn't have a voluntary choice on the pay hit or not. So guess what? The website will be up very soon. I'm going to hire a professional. Don'tbesosensitive.com. Like I said, right now it's not up yet, but when it is up, I want to say in the next couple of weeks, You'll be able to access everything as far as all of our podcast episodes. Don't Feed the Queer, banana stickers. Don't be sexually sensitive, obviously. And also, if anybody would like to be like an affiliate, if you want to, like if you're not becoming like business person, if you're trying to start a small business, you can put your link to your site on our site for free at the moment while we're still up and coming. Because later on, once the site actually gets up and coming, we're actually going to start charging people. So just give everybody a heads up on that. So give me like I want to say 2-3 more weeks. The website don'tbesexsensitive.com will be back up again. So stay tuned for that. And again, just to reiterate, check out our other podcast, Don't Feel the Queer with my good friend Liz. We have not recorded anything anytime in a minute, but we will very soon. And Banana Stickers is the one where you, the audience member, gets to be a participant. I interview you. We talk about basically whatever the fuck you want to talk about. The last interview I had was my good friend, Jeanette Woolley, who is battling cancer right now. It's a very good episode, by the way. I would really ask everybody to give it a listen. It's a really good story. Just, talking about her life, talking about things that she's just gone through and how she's, coping with this illness. And the last thing before we finally get into the actual show is really quick honorable mention to all of our truck drivers out there. Thank you so much for everything you do, guys, because let's be honest, as Joey stated in the past, you guys are the backbone of our community because let's be honest, one, I could not do that job. Like you guys like fucking run these crazy long ass fucking runs, these long ass shifts, 24-hour shifts. You're fucking tired, you're sleeping. God knows you do some things. Let's be honest, to stay awake. Hey, no judgment here. I get it. But overall, please, please, please be safe on the road. As I stated in the past, hey, if you get tired, you get sleepy, pull over. Your boss will understand you getting there a little bit late than not getting there at all. That's all I want to say about that. And that's all I want to say. Thank you for letting me do that, Joey. Sorry, again, I'm working on the intros. I hope that was. Yeah. What do you think? How did that sound? Was that all right? That was
it's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah, that was mostly improv, but I think I hit all the main points. So we should be all right. But anyways, okay.
Yeah, it sounded like you hit all the points inside.
Okay, good. I think I did. Okay. Okay. Forgive me. Last thing, I'm sure y'all heard the cracking of that beer can. This episode is not sponsored by Natural Light Beer yet. However, let's everybody know, by the way, Natural Light, the safer choice. Now, all that aside, again, it's been 2 whole weeks. This is the third week. This is the third week officially since the last podcast episode. This episode is live. Anybody watching this, again, only see this on YouTube. After that, we'll be editing anything out that I feel like is just not necessary talk or banter. As usual, Joey, how the fuck are you doing?
Well, compared to the way I've been, I am fucking great. I guess I could say compared to how I've been the last couple of weeks. I'm actually, the pain is actually down to like a 1, or I mean, maybe even less sometimes. Like I can actually walk without a cane. Like
that's good.
I'm good. I mean, I think I'm good. Like I still like when I'm getting up, like I get a little ache or, when I move and shit, it still hurts, of course. But I'm actually able to take care of myself. I'm able to like do things now. So now I'm trying to exercise a little bit, but not overexert myself because I've noticed that I can I end up hurting myself when I do too much. So yeah, but I'm actually pretty good. Like I actually feel a lot better. Like I went out the other day and yeah, so like I'm better. I mean, once I get where I feel comfortable, then I'm gonna go out and start working again and shit.
That's good.
It's like I'm ready to fucking go back to work and stuff and get back to the old fucking shit, the old schedule and stuff like that. Cause yeah, I've been on vacation too long.
Yeah. Okay. Like not to like pull threads, but I don't know if that's the right term, but yeah, I've been kind of waiting for you to stop. Basically, like,
yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to put it.
At first, it was like, I mean, the way I started, or the way I can only explain like my shit is, a lot of people are like, what's your thing?
Right.
And it's like, what's your thing? Do you have any family? Do you have this and that? Because I hang out,
yeah.
In the streets and shit. So they're like, they ask, and I'm like, no, well, I mean, I'm good. I kind of just choose to be out here, and I fucking I'm just kind of on a vacation and shit, just trying to have fun. And I don't know. Everybody was like, some people were telling me like, some shit, and I was like, well, I don't know. They didn't understand what I was trying to say, but the way I was able to describe it, that most people were like, oh, okay, was like in the movies where the guy's just always working and doing what he's got to do, and this and this and this, and then one day he's just like, fuck this shit, and he just kind of quits his job and he just goes out and just parties, and you know what I mean, like kind of whatever and shit. I was like, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and they're like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, and I'm like, all right, like, I'm gonna go and drink my beer and smoke my drink.
Okay, forgive me. But I apologize. I had to step out of the room for like a few seconds. Right after he said, you just do what you gotta do. Repeat everything you said after that. I had to step out just for a minute because I needed to grab something. Sorry about that.
Everything I what?
After you said that you do what you gotta do.
What?
What did you say after that? That's for me, by the way.
Well, the best way to describe whatever, like, I don't know, people ask what the thing is. And I just compare it to like a movie where the guy just gets tired of doing this shit and he just starts kind of doing the minimum.
Oh yeah, okay. And real quick. Anybody watching? If you're wondering why I had to step out, it's because there's a couple of clips I want to share on this episode. I'm pretty sure I can get away with because I'm pretty sure there's no copyright on these clips. Just a few rabbit holes I've been diving down, and I realized I didn't have any of my other dummy phones with me. So let me just go and grab that really quickly. But back to what you're saying though, I get that. Do you remember the movie Falling Down with fucking was it Michael Douglas?
No. Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. Yeah, Michael Douglas.
Where he's in traffic and he just gets pissed, or he leaves his car, and as he's walking home, he just runs into people and he leaves like a path of just fucking like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. And it's just.
I actually just saw it a couple of weeks ago.
God, I saw that movie when I was a kid, and by far, it's still one of my top favorite movies. Like, I love that movie.
Yeah, I think I watched it because the guy that plays the cop, he just passed away.
He did. Yeah, it was Robert Duvall. He was the cop, right? Yeah, Robert Duvall passed away. Yeah, he played the cop. In fact, I think he was like retiring. I think that was his like part of that story. It was like that was like his last day. That was like his last day on the job, and he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish up this last shift, that kind of thing. And then he had to deal with this shit, and it's crazy because like one thing that I remember about that movie, and again, to anybody that's not familiar, it's an old movie. I understand any young listeners, but or viewers, but Falling Down, it's a great movie. Came out in like I want to say like early '90s. I saw when I was a kid, but the best way to describe it, very simply put, this is the way my dad put it. When after because my parents didn't sugarcoat shit. We watched everything. They didn't fucking censor anything from me. So we all watched the movie together, and it was funny that when we all watched the movie, my dad's like summarization of the movie at the very end. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but after it ends, my dad's like summarization of it. It was just literally one sentence. He goes, "Man, that was just a guy having a really bad fucking day." And I was like, yeah, that's all it was. This guy just having a really bad fucking day. And he said, you know what? I'm just fucking done with this shit and fuck it. And again, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it is again, hands down, it's a great fucking movie, dude. Michael Douglas, hands down. I'm pretty sure it was Robert Duvall that was the cop. If I'm wrong, forgive me. Forgive that. You know what? I can look it up. Hold on. I have to know.
Yeah, well, I think because I believe that's why I watched it, because I was like, it's that guy. So I was like, because I mean, I can't remember what it came up on, or I saw a scene on something or whatever, and it was from the movie. I was reminded of the movie, and then the guy died, and I was like, well, let me watch it, and I can't remember how I watched it though.
It was fuck yeah. Okay, good. I'm good. I'm in the clear. It was Robert Duvall. Robert Duvall was the cop at the end.
It was him, right?
Yeah, it was him. Okay, cool. No, only because like mainly.
Remember how I told you the last movie that's coming? and it had somebody else. But it's the guy that plays Butcher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Fucking what's his name?
I said it was somebody else.
Shit, I remember his name.
And,
Irvin, something Irvin. Carl Urban. Carl Urban. Carl Urban. There you go. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. The only reason I bring it up though is because well, one I had to make sure that was Robert Duvall, because okay, wait, it was Robert Duvall. So I don't want to fuck that up. He was an awesome actor. He passed away earlier this year. But yeah, again, I guess I mean, to me, anybody like listening or watching, it's a great movie, early '90s. If you're older, if you're younger, you might not relate to the movie as much, but it still applies to shit today, because it's like, it's just like sometimes, man, like, you're just having a fucking rough time, and it just seems like everything is just going wrong. And actually, it's funny that it's funny that we bring that up. I have a real quick a side story. Excuse me. Since we haven't recorded in a minute, this happened to me recently, and let's talk about this for a minute. This is a nice little segue.
All right.
About a week ago, give or take, my good friend Fernie, Fernberger, as that was my nickname for him back in the day.
Yeah.
It was Here's what happened. I got a call from Fernie. I got a text from Fernie, and he basically just hit me up. He said, "Hey, are you busy?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm a little busy. What's going on?" And I was working. I was doing runs, and so what's going on? He said, "Oh, I need a ride, to Veto's work." He said, as my battery's dead in my truck, and now understand this, like, excuse me. I drive for a living. That's what I do. I'm a DoorDash delivery driver. That's basically all I do all day. So I mean, I that's every day before 6:00, all I'm doing is just driving around. So I understand that, like, I can stop what I'm doing and just go help somebody out. No big deal, right? It's not that big deal. However, my logical process in my head was like, well, I could stop what I'm doing, go pick your ass up, take you, to your wife's, work, and and pick up the truck and everything. Sorry, her car, no big deal. However, logically speaking, it would make more sense if you just called like an Uber or a Lyft. I mean, like $5-6, and you'll get the nearest driver. They'll be there in like 5 minutes, another 5 minutes to get to your destination, and then you're in the clear. As opposed to me stopping what I'm doing to go find you, because I don't even remember where the fuck you live. And I told him this, right? This is like later on I told him this, right? But now when all that happened, he really took it to heart, and later on he apologized. Because here's what happened. I told him that, and he says, "Oh, you know what? Like I'm kind of strapped right now. Where the fuck?" Sorry, no, that didn't happen later. Sorry. He left it at that. He didn't say anything after like me just suggesting just catching like an Uber or Lyft, right? Well, the thing about Fernie is that he sends me like a lot of like reels and like from like Instagram and Facebook, right? And I noticed that, like, a couple of days went by, he hadn't sent me anything, and his birthday just passed a few days ago, and so I hit him up. Hey, happy birthday, fucker! Hope you're doing all right. Blah, blah, right? No response. So I was like, huh. Is he mad at me because I didn't like give him a ride that day when he asked me for one? So I asked him, and sure enough, he responded. And I'm not gonna read the text. But it was very bitchy, for lack of a better term. I don't want to be a dick, but let's be honest, because it was. I was like, really, bro? I mean, I get it, but I mean, like, all right, this little, again, like the show says, don't be so sensitive, because, like, I mean, I know I can be an asshole sometimes, but again, in my head, logically speaking, it made more sense to catch an Uber or a Lyft. Now, here's the thing, though. Now, I responded, though. I sent a voice message and I said, you know what? Like, now you tell me that the reason was because you were strapped for cash. If that was the case, I could have just, cash apped you some money and you can got a ride. That's no big deal. But I was working at the time, and, like, I need to work. So that's the only reason why I was like, no, I can't stop working just to give you a ride. It's easier if you just do that. Now, when we did talk, he called me the other day and he apologized. He started the conversation by saying, "Fuck you." Props to him, by the way. And And I said, okay. I said, very well. And then and he goes, well, and then he apologized. Okay, and it's okay. Well, here's the thing though. And like, if you and I talk, he said too, that's why I preferred calling instead of texting. I said, I get it. I get it. I said, yeah, because reality is, if you and I had been talking and you told me that that's the reason why you can't do an Uber or Lyft, I would have been like, oh shit, okay, well, send me your Cash App info. I'll send you like $10 so we can just catch a ride. No big deal. Because that would make more sense and it'd be easier on both of us. I don't got to stop what I'm doing and you get where you need to go right away and still having to wait for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, after that, we were cool. Like we squashed it. We're good. We talked yesterday. We actually had a conversation. Everything's cool. Again, because that's what guys do. We don't fucking drag shit out. We don't dwell on shit. It was all good. But here's the crazy thing though, is it like when he explained to me why it happened, it makes sense. And again, this is why it's a good segue because again, on this show, we talk about mental health awareness, especially in men. He was basically just at a breaking point. He told me that, like one, financially he's been struggling, and then, just the little shit has been piling up. And it was just one of those days where it's like, okay, now I got to go do this shit. And he gets into this fucking truck and the battery's dead. It's like, you fucking kidding me right now? God damn it. And so, you know what? I'm gonna call Max. He does DoorDash. He can stop what he's doing. He can pick me up, and I'll be good. Everything's fine. At least one thing will go right today. And then me being the asshole that I am, man, why don't you just call yourself a Lyft or Uber, bro? It'd be a lot faster. You motherfucker! Fuck this shit. Yeah. That's the point in the time when you're playing a game and you just literally flip the table over because you're so pissed that you're losing. Yeah. Like that's what that was for him. That's what that was for Fernie, and he explained it to me that's what it was that day, and I was like, well, shit, I really feel like an asshole. I'm sorry, bro. Like I'm sorry. I know you were really that like fed up. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know, man. I feel bad now. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
But the reason the whole point of that story though is it again back to mental health awareness, especially in men, that's why like guys as a whole, we really do need to break away from that stigma of talking about our shit, especially to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, but our wives and our girlfriends, and I mean, even gay guys have trouble, talking with their partners about their shit. I mean, guys are guys. Let's be honest. We're all still raised the same way. For some reason, though, like a lot of us males, people born with a penis, have a really hard time talking about our shit. And I admit I do it too. I mean, I'm not a fucking candidate for saying that I talk about all my. I don't. This is my outlet. It's same with Joey. This is how we vent our frustrations.
Yeah.
But that's what happens though. Look again, my buddy Fernie. That's what happens because you don't fucking release the valve. Eventually, you hit the pressure, and you what's that?
I said, and then it just pops off.
Yeah, you hit a boiling point. It just pops off.
Yeah.
Like I've spoken to people about this before. Recently, god damn, dude. I was talking to my buddy Freddie yesterday, and I was explaining to him how when I'm driving around, I have really bad road rage, and I started as I was talking to him about it, I started breaking it down in my head, and I thought to myself, I don't have road rage, I have rage. And when I'm on the road, that's when I have the opportunity to get it out safely and securely and not hurt anybody. And yes. I know when I realized this, I swear to God, it was one of those. It was like from fucking Despicable Me with fucking Gru. It was like light bulb. Like that's what it was. It was one of those moments. I think it's from that movie. But if it's that movie, it's not that movie. It's from Megamind. I can't remember. I know it's one of those cartoons. But it was one of those moments where I had like an epiphany. I was like, oh my God, it's not road rage. It's just rage. Like you're just an angry person, dude. Like you have all that shit like just like buried in there. So anytime somebody pisses you off, like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, do you realize the speed limit is 45, right? I'm going 30 and I'm still right on your ass. What the fuck are you doing? Go fucking speed limit, you piece of like again. This is not exaggerating. This is like every day. Like every day, I'm like just yelling at people. And here's a God, God forbid this gets me committed. But here's the funniest thing about the whole situation. I brought this up to Freddie last night when we were talking. I was saying how, I said, because I realized, what, there's no point in like hiding who I am. Just be open. Fuck it. So I was, yeah, I'm like borderline schizo, So I mean, I'm there yelling at the top of my lungs to these cars, knowing full well that they can't hear me, and nothing that I say is gonna change anything that they're doing. But here's the funny thing about that is that in my head there is somebody else watching me saying that, going, they can't hear you, right? I mean, there's really no point to like, be yelling like that. And then rather than just accept it as that, I will respond to that person in my head and say, fuck you. I know that. I don't give a shit. I'm mad. I need to get the shit out. So go fuck off. Now,
Yeah.
clearly, I have some mental issues. Because everything I said, I did not make up. That is all 100% true. This happens every fucking day, dude. I am not well, man. But as I've said in the past, I think if you acknowledge the fact, then it kind of puts you, ahead of the curve. No, I mean, isn't that how it works?
Yeah, well, I mean, to what I understand is acknowledging the problem or whatever it is the first step to actually getting the first step of the process of dealing with it.
Because here's the thing,
and getting better in yourself and shit.
Like I don't I don't think it's a problem, to be honest. I mean, I've had moments where like it gets a little out of hand. I have moments I overreact, and I worry about my daughter because she's a lot like me, and I kind of worry about her like having tendencies like that too. Because that's one thing too. That's
well, I mean, as long as you're not a violent person and you don't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Real violent tendencies.
No
problem. This is really, there's just someone that, God darn it, But if you have violent tendencies and shit, then that's when the anger has just become a problem, because then you're one of those that you can't get angry because then you want to hit somebody. It's like,
no, you're absolutely right. Like it's kind of funny that we like Ray is that kind of person, like even before the brain injury, like he's not stupid, he's a very intelligent person. However, like when it comes to like me, like I know how to push people's buttons. So if I'm one of those people, like I'll back you into a corner, and with Ray, if you back him into a corner, he gets violent because he doesn't know how to respond. So he'll start getting aggressive, And again, this is back in the day, back when we used to live together in the trailer. Like, we used to get into fucking like physical fights all the fucking time. It's fucking funny. But again, we were guys. I mean, literally seconds later, I'd be walking to the fridge. You need a beer? Yeah, cool. Got you. You know what I mean? Like, we'd be there, like watching TV on the couch, literally like just 5 feet apart from each other. Like it didn't even happen. But that's the way that Ray is. He does get violent. He gets like when he back into a corner, he can't vocalize any type of a defense. He's gonna come at you. And me, I'll defend myself, but that's it. Like I don't get violent. So I mean, I have that on my side. At least I don't have to worry about that. I don't get violent, But
violence is the very last resort, and at that, it's just defense. It's not.
That's it. Yeah.
A start.
Like, it's only to defend myself. Only like I never get violent with anybody. I never get physical with anybody. Like it's funny. Like I remember.
I even took a hit, and that's not enough to get me to get into a fight.
I have. Matter of fact, quick.
I'll take one. All right. Okay, you did it once. All right, now you're gonna keep going. No, then
everybody gets one.
But, that's it.
Tell him, Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets one. So, tell him, Peter. Apparently, everybody gets one. Bingo. No, okay. Actually, like funny little side story. I genuinely believe that this is the moment that my ex Joni fell in love with me. Was when well, actually, no, she didn't witness that part. Sorry, forgive me. No, this happened a long time ago. This is a fun little side story. A while back, before I was dating my ex Joni. She's the one that got away. For anybody that's a new listener, um,
Yeah.
back when we were just hanging out as friends, her brother and I, we'd all hang out in the backyard. On the weekends we just sit and bullshit and drink beers and just talk. Right. This is back before social media was like blowing everything up. Everybody was like glued to their cell phones. We were the first podcast, by the way. Like I swear to God, like I pitched this concept based on that, based on us just hanging out bullshitting on the weekends. And I said to myself, man, it'd be great if we had like a camera just recording us having a conversation, just bullshitting about, just our week and how our days were, blah, blah, things were, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think people would find it entertaining. I think this is like 20 years ago, by the way, almost 20 years ago. So yeah, believe it or not, I pitched the first podcast. I don't know who the fuck was listening to me that night, but guess what? They fucking took that shit and they ran with it. It's because now we're doing ours and we're just trying to get on the fucking map. But anyways, point is, but again, back in the day though, my ex, there was this dude that she was like kind of like dating. She was kind of seeing at the time, and she had already dismissed him. So, you know what? I'm not feeling it. Just fuck off, right? Well, this guy was like basically coming down from like a business trip up in Corpus. He drives all the way down, shows up with like an 8-pack of like Miller Lite, and I don't know if he was really drunk or not, or if he was just faking it. But he was saying that as an excuse to be like, "Oh, I can't drive. And it's like, well, I mean, like, she told you not to come down here not to come over here to begin with. And if you're drunk, you should have just gone straight home. So why the fuck are you here at all?" He stumbles his fucking drunk ass in to her bedroom and just laying there on her bed. Now, me and her brother, we're outside. We're like, you know what? We're not getting involved. She comes out and she says, "Max, can you get him out of my house, please?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, okay." And so I walk into the house. I walk into the bedroom, and he's there, like laying, like fucking, like half on, half off the bed. Like he's laying like vertical wise, like he's like his legs are like hanging off the bed. And I said, "Hey, bro, listen, everybody, you need to leave. They don't want you to be here." And he's like, "Oh, so why are you telling me? You don't live here, And her brother, I won't say his name. I gave him I'm gonna call him Mercedes. That's where he used to work when I knew him. Mercedes says he's why wasn't he telling me? I said, "Mercedes, would you please like to step in?" And he goes, "Yeah, bro, really, like I am telling you, you need to leave." So he gets up, he gets right in my face. I'm like inches away from my face, right? And straight up like fucking like palm to the side of my head. Like right at my temple. Like I would say like his right hand on the on the left side of my temple. And and I'm not gonna lie, it hurt, but like it's very nonchalantly like just moved my head back. I looked at him and I was like, "Let's go outside." That's all I said. Now, he was expecting me to fucking like swing back, and I was like, "Okay, first of all, we're in somebody else's home. Respect the house. I'm gonna give you one more opportunity to make up for what you just did right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up." Because, like Joey said, everybody gets one. We went outside, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. If you don't believe me, I'll ask Joey for her information. If you want, you can ask her, because I genuinely believe this is why she fell in love with me. Because we went outside and everybody was expecting a fucking fight. He gets right in my fucking face. And all I said, I shit you not, I said, "You don't want this, man. Think it through." And he goes, "What?" And I said, "You don't want this. Think it through." And I swear to God, I can see his eyes like twitching. It's like the gears in his head were like processing what I just told him. And he's like, "You know what? I don't want this. I'm just gonna leave." And he stopped, turned around, and he says, "You know what? You'll have a good night. I'm just gonna go." And everybody, and again, my ex and Mercedes both looking at me going, "What did you fucking say to him?" I said, "I just told him to leave." No, really, what'd you say to him? I said, I just told him to leave.
Uh,
I've never
Yeah.
actually said what I actually said until right now. By the way, that's a true story. I swear to God, that's actually what I said to that little bastard. You get him to fucking leave.
but
Look, sorry, my cat was in my room and he was fucking bitching to get out.
yeah,
But yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm not a violent person. Like even then, I mean, like I've watched a lot of TV shows and movies where you see like characters, they egg on the character, and you see it so often that you're waiting for it because it's so predictable. Like because it's the script writing, like you already know what's gonna happen. Okay, here it is. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's gonna fucking punch him. He's gonna punch him. He's gonna punch him. You know. And for me, it's like I don't do that, man. Like you got to push me really fucking hard to get me to swing on you. You know what I mean? Usually swing on me first, and then I'm gonna fucking hit you back. You hit me, I'll hit you back. But even then, like I said, that guy hit me, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Not yet. Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, no, like I said, I mean, it's just crazy. Like I said, like I do have a lot of rage issues, and my advice to anybody listening to this or watching this, you know, especially if you're men, get help because that's dangerous. Again, I'm not violent, but that's just me. You know what I mean? Because it's not dismiss it at all. It's still dangerous. I still have my moments too. I mean, I lash out sometimes. I say shit that I don't mean just to piss people off or to, you know, to hurt them. And it's not good, dude. I've lost friends over it. Shit.
Yeah. You say some shit and it's like, oh fuck, I overstepped.
Yeah. Like I've been watching all these first responder dramas, Chicago Med, PD, and Fire. I finally synced up to where I can now actually watch them all like in their right order. So fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. But here's the funny thing about it is I was talking to Kenny. Any new listeners, Kenny Ing, aka Alejandro Felipe, if you're on my Facebook or Joey's, he's he's been a guest on this show and on Banana Series on frequent occasions. He was an EMT for several years as a fire department here in the valley, and I asked him, hey, by the way, like, what is your opinion on these like first responder shows? You know, like Chicago Fire, especially, you know, because you're an EMT, and he sent me videos and voice messages and texts like all this shit. I'm like, all this is bullshit. It's not like that at all. It's so exaggerated. Is, you know, like it was hilarious. It was hilarious how like how like, you know, how like I kind of wonder like how often, you know, first responders watch these shows and just get pissed, be like, that's not like that. What the fuck is this bullshit? Because these shows are still going, dude. Fucking Chicago Fire came out in 2012. Chicago PD came out in 2014, and Chicago Med came out in 2016. And as far as I know, they're still going. That's 12, well, technically 14 years of that shit. And they're all still going. And they cross over on a regular basis.
A lot of those drama shows, like the fucking Blue Blood kind of shit, like all those whatever kind of shows they've been running for a while. It's crazy on how, you know, people like, what is it, Law and Order or some shit like that, SVU or whatever.
Yeah.
Special Victims Unit or whatever. Fucking that shit's been on for a minute. Like people just like watching that shit.
No,
fucking just like, I don't know.
What's crazy to me though is that like like I said, these shows came out like you know, the first one was 14 years ago, and as I said before, you know, like watching all these shows that came out like, you know, 10, 20 years ago, it's like a time machine, because, you know, obviously they base it on like, you know, current events, and it's crazy watching like the smart tech evolve in those shows. You know, like I remember because I started with Chicago PD, which was the second one. I found out later on that one came out second. It was Chicago Fire that came out first. But in Chicago PD, there's a couple of references, actually a few, that talk about, you know, hey, everybody has a camera on their phone nowadays. Be careful. You know, don't step in a line up. You can talk to the cops stepping in a line. And like it was kind of an eye opener. It's like, man, like 2015 when Harambe died, I believe it was one. Let me make sure. Alexa, what year did Harambe the gorilla die?
Harambe the gorilla died on May 28th, 2016.
2016. Forgive me. 2016.
Okay.
2015 though is when actually social media really started blowing up. Like smart tech. That's when not only social media but smart tech. Like everybody's on because there's a lot of references like Instagram, mostly Facebook and Twitter on those shows. But then later on, as they progress, Instagram comes up, and it's crazy. There's a few episodes that really focus on that, and how like there's one episode when this guy he stops what he thinks is a shooting in a movie theater, and it turns out the kid was just a prankster that he would post up videos on YouTube, as pranks, right? And what the guy thought was an assault rifle actually ended up being a leaf blower. But because he was a licensed gun carrier, he pulled out his gun and he shot the kid, thinking that he actually had a rifle to kill people. The kid ends up dying, and the guy ends up getting dismissed of the charges because he feared for his life. It was dark. It was in a dark room. He didn't know. But in the beginning of that episode, everybody's like blowing up his social media, praising him as a hero because of what he did. Because he's, oh my god, you see these people's lives, blah blah blah, right? But then when they find out what really happened, everybody immediately turns on him. It's like, oh, you motherfucker, oh, you killed that kid, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Because the kid ends up dying, and he ends up throwing himself in front of traffic. He kills himself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that. Because I mean, there was a point in the show where it's like, okay, this guy's like dealing with some shit. He's gonna do something crazy. But when that happened, I was like, whoa, what? I was like, damn. Like he took it that hard. He's like, because they're like, every time I walk on the moment, I mean, this morning everything was cool. Now I walk outside, everybody's calling me a monster, blah, blah. And it's like, damn. And like later in the episode, they're like fucking bringing somebody in. So wait a minute, who's that guy, dude? That was the guy, the one that shot the kid. And I was like, oh, motherfuckers, what happened? He's like, apparently he threw himself in traffic. And I was like, and then the worst part about it, he recorded the message before he did it. He records it, posts it on social media right before he did. So you know what? This is like, y'all think of me? Fuck it. Fine. I'm out. Basically.
Yeah.
And
yeah, damn, that's fucked up.
It's crazy. Like, and it does. And like, okay, like I started following this page on Facebook. I'm gonna pull up real quick because I want to share one of the videos that I found, because it'll fuck with your head, man. The shit that it talks about, because I mean it makes sense, because okay, like you and I talked about this for years now. Like, how about how the normalization of like things in the world today. I still stand by the George Carlin philosophy. He's like, like when he said back in the day, when he said, when it comes to religion, I really tried, folks. I really did. But the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. This is not the way things should be. So you start to question things. And I've been doing that my entire life. And it's crazy. I ran across this page that literally just does that. It just breaks down all these different conspiracy theories that a lot of people look at you like you're a crazy person for bringing it up. But the way that it breaks it down is like, but I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, like, that's not crazy, because I mean that's they're not telling you anything that's false. Like, we look it up. Everything you're saying is true. Like, hold on, I'm trying to find the page, the video right now. Hold on. Trying to find my favorites.
My phone is perfect over now. Go.
Forgive me. I'm old. I don't know how to fucking navigate my Facebook. I'm looking at favorites. There you go. That should pull it up.
Taking fucking forever.
Hold on. Son of a bitch.
One so bad.
God damn it. I'm trying to find my favorites.
For 18 cable.
Okay, you sound kind of muffled. You sound kind of like kind of far away. You sound kind of far away a little bit.
My can you still hear me?
Now I can hear you. Okay, hold on. I was trying to find one that I saved, but I do not know how to navigate it. So I'm just gonna play a random one, just so you can get an idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Because this, like I said, this page that I follow, it goes deep, dude. It gets really fucking crazy. Check it out. I'm pick one at random. Check it out.
Let me clear something in your head. Most people think they're late. They're not. Feeling late doesn't mean you were late. It just means you are comparing yourself to a timeline that was never yours. From the beginning, you were handed a script. 18. Finish school, then university, often in debt and decades of work, then retirement you can barely live on. They call those deadlines. But they're a mass production script designed for predictability, not for your fulfillment. Because every human is different. Different rhythm, different depth, different inner season. A tree doesn't apologize for not blooming in winter. The soul doesn't run on calendars. It doesn't respond to pressure. It moves by an inner compass. There are times you're meant to build, times you're meant to explore, times when slowing down is a failure. It's alignment. Living in your own tempo doesn't mean postponing life forever. It doesn't mean waiting for some imaginary one day. It means moving forward without betraying yourself in the process. And here's what really matters. You're not here to fit into a system that doesn't care about you. You're here to realize a potential that was already placed inside you, something specific. So no, you're not late. You don't need to become someone else. You need to finally allow what's already in you. And that's where peace actually begins. Let me...
Okay. How much did you get of that? I know it talks kind of fast. You still there?
I get to hear it because my phone's fucking up right now.
Oh, okay, but bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my fucking phone to whatever. Yeah, but like for some reason, like when I'm doing this, kind of like.
No, I apologize to the audience. I guess there was one specific one I was trying to find, and I know I saved it somewhere in my Facebook. I can't fucking find it, but it's because there was one point when I talked about like when you cut off yourself from social media, and how you start to your brain starts to process things differently, because that's what it is. Like all it is just basically it's like brainwashing. You know, it focuses on certain senses in your brain to where you constantly get distracted. Because like that's why we're always going back to our phones, you know, checking our stats, checking our notifications, you know, for shit like that. And it's crazy because like I have friends, you know, that will tell me that they do that, you know. Oh, I stopped getting on social media, fuck. And at first it sounds kind of like arrogant. It's like, you know, kind of like people that say, oh, I don't watch TV, but it's really not, because it's like TV, depending on what you watch. If you're one of those people that watches a bunch of reality shows, then you're just wasting your fucking time, you know. But I mean, if you watch shows about like National Geographic or Discovery, Naked and Afraid, I love that show. That's just fucking hilarious to watch. But I mean, like, you know, if you're watching shows for like information, that's a different story. But if you're watching shows strictly for entertainment, I mean, it's hit or miss. What kind of shows are you watching? But when it comes to social media, like 99% of social media is just people stroking themselves. Let's be honest. You know, it's people posting up shit, and it doesn't matter if what they're posting up is important or significant at all. It doesn't matter. The whole point of what they're doing is just so they can get attention. And that's it. And that's one thing that's one of the videos that I read across on that site was that, you know, about how like and I brought this up before, the pleasure mechanism sensory in our brains, it all starts from one source. So everything that we do, regardless of what it is, you know, smoking, drinking, sex, even just looking at something beautiful, it all starts in the same place. And after that, it branches off into whatever it is that you're taking in. You know, so if we have a direct, easily accessible source of pleasure, being social media, guess what? We're like the fucking hamster in that fucking the psychology experiment, you know, the one that you hit the button, you get food, and you hit the button, you get shocked, kind of shit. You know, like that's all it is. You know, we look for the most, even if it's just the bare minimum of attention. And I've said in the past, good attention, bad attention, it's all attention. We still get that little bit of pleasure from it. But the bad part about that, though, is after a while we get desensitized. The more we get, the more we need.
Yeah.
Our brain starts to program ourselves like, I need more, I need more. Either that or more extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like you need something like it has, like it needs to be better than what you've already had. Better put.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why like I'm not gonna lie, like
Yeah.
I actually like when you drop off social media because at least I know that, like, you know what, while I'm over here fucking sucked into this shit, you're still in the fucking the right plane, because it's
yeah. Like right now, I mean, I'm not on Facebook. Right now, I haven't been getting on, and well, for one, it's my phone, and then same thing. I'm like on TikTok, but like I'm not really on there. Like it's just there. Pretty much like message people that I can't message on my phone or shit like that.
Yeah.
So some people that like I used to have their number, but because I lost my phone again, I don't have their number, but I have them like on TikTok or something. So that's how I've been communicating with them motherfuckers and shit. And but yeah, like my phone is super fucking slow, so I don't even bother fucking watching videos anymore because there's sometimes the videos on TikTok they're short, like, or it's some music, and the music's just like a fucking like a few seconds, and it just keeps repeating. Well, I hear the music before the video starts, so the music fucking gets annoying before I even fucking get to see the video, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just not even gonna fucking.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, and then this phone dude, they were laughing at me because I was like, this phone has like taught me patience. And then also like since I've had this phone, like I haven't really been drinking because of my medicine and all that shit, and I haven't been out getting whatever, so like I haven't been smoking much. I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes, but I haven't been like really drinking or smoking weed or anything. So like I fucking I'm sober, and then like I'm dealing with all my shit, and then the phone, like, you know what I mean? So like it's taught me patience, and like it's like my anger kind of stuff is like kind of it's here, but it's like I'm learning to deal with it because like, yeah, man, like I've been wanting to throw this phone so bad, but it's just like, just wait a few seconds, and it's like, hold on, did I even push the button right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't push the button right. And it's like, it's funny because sometimes it's like, was it the phone or was it me or whatever? But like, yeah, it's fucking. I did this fucking phone.
Well, no, it's actually I'm actually kind of glad. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a good segue because and then after this we'll talk about some topical shit. I do want to get into some current events, but lately I've been talking to my daughter more. Our communication's got a lot better. Our relationship's got a lot better, which is great. And one of the most recent discussions we had, I'm not gonna go into details of obviously for obvious reasons, but like it was interesting to me that like when we were talking on those points when she was explaining to me different situations that she's had to deal with, current and in the past, and while I was talking to her, like half of me is like wanting to be like the dad and say fuck those pieces of shit, but like I would still respond with like, well, understand this, like this person, blah blah blah, like every situation she presented me with, I was analyzing it and saying that person was not right. However, did you think about this though? Like maybe this is what they were going through, and maybe that's why they did that. And I'm not excusing their actions. However, you get it, right? And she's like, yeah, I know, I understand, And again, I would bring up details, but like I said, it's personal information, so I don't want to go into it. But it was interesting to me because after like the next morning, I was like reflecting on the conversation. I thought to myself, that's crazy that like in a way I was like defending people that that my daughter like that hurt her basically in some cases, and or just pissed her off, and not really defending these people, but just basically stating like, yeah, I get it. However, it doesn't make them bad people. It just I mean, at the moment they were just reacting. And understand this, I mean, we all do that. I mean, we find ourselves in situations we react, and it's crazy is that like I forget all the time. Nobody thinks exactly the way I do. Nobody thinks exactly the way you do, except for you,
Mhm.
except for me. That's it.
Yeah.
We always assume that because we think a certain way, and because we've checked it over several times over that we know this is the way to be, we assume that everybody else thinks the exact same way, but no, it's never the case. And until we're presented with that situation, we are faced with like, oh shit, I thought they thought like me. No, like okay, like my friend Mel, for example, like there's so many instances, when we get in discussions and like she'll like flip the discussion to an argument. She gets really aggressive, and I'm there like trying to like calm the situation. Like whoa, like why are you swaying, girls?
Uh-huh.
But I realize I forget. Like not everybody is as understanding as I am, and I am only because just by
Yeah.
default. I've been through so much shit, seen so much shit, experienced so much shit, heard so many different stories. Like my philosophy on life today and has been for a while is that everything is circumstantial. No matter what you do, no matter how horrific it was, there had to have been a reason behind it. And
Mhm.
if there's absolutely no logical reason behind you doing something terrible, then guess what?
Yeah.
You are a bad person and we don't need you anymore. Come with us because we're going to put you away. And when I say put you away, I mean put you down, like for good. But that's it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Every crime, every punishment should suit it properly. God damn it. I ran across a post. I know you haven't been on Facebook, but I ran across a post of some woman that she killed. Some I think it was like a child molester, a rapist, where the hell. And after she was sentenced, she said, "Happiest day of my life." And that's not an exact
Uh-huh.
quote, but basically saying like, "I don't give a fuck. Fucking put me away. I don't give a shit. I'm glad that
Yeah.
I'm glad I killed that piece of shit." And like my thing was like, not all heroes wear capes, man. Fuck yeah. Now, because I responded to that post, I saw another one of another. It was an inmate. This guy was like tatted up. This guy was like, he probably been there. Probably somebody probably got put away for the same crime, and he took him out too. But it was a
Yeah.
thing. I was like, see what I'm saying though. It's like you know what, like Joy, Kenny, and I, we've come up with better solutions to this problem. However,
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that what they did was wrong. Hey, good for you, man. Good for you, girl. Hell yeah. All I'm saying is I got better solutions though. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't condone murder. I don't. Uh, that's just I don't know. I don't know if it's a moral thing, a moral ethics thing, comic books, where the fuck I don't know. I don't know. I don't. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some people think it's because of like
Uh-huh.
rehabilitation. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that everybody deserves a second chance. That comes out in Invincible, the cartoon. One of the characters like
Uh-huh.
he's always like they give a second chance. They try to reform these criminals. And my mentality is like I'm not saying that everybody deserves a second chance. I'm not saying that everybody can be reformed. I'm just saying that death is not good enough. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, if you want the problem to stop, yeah, again, Kenny's the one to talk to. I still like his treadmill idea. I'm all about that one.
Oh yeah. He sent me some long messages of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, so you really thought this out?
Yeah, like straight up like fucking like Saw kind of shit, dude.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You're reading of it kind of reminds me of like a fucking Saw thing. It's like, goddamn. Like, But I mean, it does. If you think about it, it's like I mean, yeah, if people found out that's what happens, and it's like they would kind of,
No, okay, like here,
think twice about before they fucking do something stupid.
it's true. Okay, like I mean, I know. Okay, like I know it sounds kind of like a dick thing to say. Like,
And even if it's something that like they fucking it's something I can't control or whatever, well, then that means you need to be taken care of.
like here's the way I see it. Like here's the way I see it. Is it like okay, right now, and it's been up in the air for a little bit now. There's some areas in the United States of America, and the strap in folks, it's about to get really fucking crazy. There are some areas now we're gonna get topical. Now we're talking about some serious shit. There's some areas here in our country that believe that pedophilia should be labeled as a sexual preference. That it's okay for you to want to fuck kids. And
Yeah.
right off the bat, anybody that agrees with that, do not ever say that in front of me. Because as I stated, I am not a violent person. But guess what? There's an exception. I will fucking clock you right now. Right then and there. If you're a woman, fucking was it was it the pussy nut shot? I can't remember what the fuck it was. But yeah, I'll kick you right in the fucking cooch. Because no, fuck you. Like that's insane to me. Like, okay, if you're somebody that like gets turned on by anything along those lines, period, there is something mentally wrong with you, period. Okay. And there's no fixing that. Okay. One thing that I've learned, studying psychology my entire life, is that mental health, there's no cure for it. If there's something wrong with you mentally, you have to live with that pretty much your entire life. It's treatable. You can live with it, but depending on the extreme, it's going to be there no matter what. And something like that, anybody that has those types of thoughts, I don't give a fuck what type of medication you get or how many fucking sessions or group meetings you go to, you do not get to live among other people. You need to be in a secluded place, away, especially from children and anybody that you can bring harm to, period. And I'm sorry, but I stand by that. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. If you at any point in time ever got busted for sexual crimes against children, then guess what? I'm not saying to kill you. I don't agree with that. Nope. But lock your ass up and never let you see the light of day ever again.
Well, didn't we talk about it last time? There's actually a town that's made for just sex offenders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is.
I think we brought it up on the last one or one of the recent ones.
Yeah, you told me about that. That was news to me. I didn't know about that. It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah, I had seen it. I had seen like a news thing online, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's just fucked up because all it is
because they're having trouble living places and this and that, so they just went somewhere where they can. Because you got to register yourself, and then you got to kind of do whatever and shit, and so it's like, yeah.
And to me, it's fucked up. It's like, again, like I said, like I understand. Oh, everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, but that is something. Again, that's not just something you made a mistake. No, there's something wrong with you. I'm not trying to be a dick. Okay, but
Yeah.
Ralph it is.
Yeah,
Ralph.
no, Peter, yeah.
I mean, like Ralph it is. I'm sorry, but if you are a pedophile, that's what what fucking floats your boat. Then there is something mentally wrong with you. Maybe it is physical, maybe it's traumatic. It doesn't matter. The point is, though, that is never going to leave. And you do not need to be in society. I'm sorry. If that hurts anybody's feelings, because guess what? The truth hurts, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't gotten caught yet, guess what, motherfucker? Please pray to God that I never fucking run into your ass, because God knows, again, like I said, I'll punch you right in the fucking mouth. You told me that pedophilia is okay.
Right.
I'll put you right in the fucking mouth, and then I'll tell the cops what happened, and guess what? They'll probably let me fucking go. You know,
All right. Probably, you know.
after watching all these,
I'd be like, yeah.
after watching Chicago PD, oh my god, okay. That's an interesting segue though. So this is interesting. Okay, after watching all of these first responder shows, the first one that I watched was Chicago PD, and that one's very dramatic because it's a cop show. And that's the one main thing that I noticed about all three of these shows. The main difference is that Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med. You want to know what the main difference between all those three shows is? Guns.
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 Huh.
Guns. All of those shows
Yeah.
deal with these people that deal with these horrible dramatic situations, you know, involving other people's lives. People got hurt, killed, blah 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 blah, saving lives, like what the hell, right? But in Chicago PD, that's the only one that there's involved guns. And Chicago PD, they're the only ones that actually have real authority. On a regular basis, it's funny is that, like, you see, like in Chicago Fire, there's parts where when like the firefighters try to, like, you know, like get in someone's face, you know, when like a gang situation. And it's like, dude, you're just a firefighter, bro. You're not a cop. You know, you don't have any authority. I can hit you and I'll be okay. You're not a cop. If I hit a cop, shit, they got guns, they got handcuffs, they'll arrest me on the spot. It gets interesting like that because in Chicago PD, I also remember this though. It's in Chicago. God damn, dude. It's like every episode somebody gets killed. And I got curious. I was like, man, like what is the fucking homicide rate in Chicago? It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like one of the most dangerous
People die in Chicago.
It's one of the most dangerous places in the world to live. You know, definitely in the US. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, but like
Chicago,
like
you might die.
I know it's a little bit exaggerated. You know, obviously the shows are built up for drama, but like it's kind of sad though because I mean, like the whole point of these shows is to like kind of show you how things really are in the real world. Again, obviously they're dramatized, but I mean, it's not all fucking fake. Like these stories, you know, are based on like real events. You know, one thing that I caught was how the PD constantly like overlooks things, like doing favors, you know, for like suspects, you know, and like perps and shit.
Yeah.
So hey, we got you for this and this, but if you can, you know, lead us to this person, blah, we can cut you a deal. And it's funny because like I'm watching this shit and I said to myself, man, that's probably the most accurate part of the show is that when you go in there as a criminal, you fuck up, they got you in the interrogation room, they're asking you questions, and they'll do the whole good cop bad cop bullshit. It's not a joke. They do that shit. I know, trust me, I've been there. But the funny thing about it though is that when they offer you a deal, wait for it, they're lying. They're lying. They're not gonna cut you loose. God.
It's like, all right, you know, I'll put in a good word for you, but whatever the judge wants to do, the judge is gonna do it.
Exactly. But you said, oh yeah, well I said,
but I'm not saying you're getting in, you know.
Say it.
I said I'll write you a letter of recommendation, but I'm not saying that you're getting in. I'm not guaranteeing that you're getting in.
Exactly. Like that's what they do. Like they paint a picture for you, thinking that you're gonna get off scot-free. But then once you give them the information that they need, they still charge your ass and they get everybody that they want to get. They don't let anybody fucking go. That show, I love it for that reason alone. Because like I'm watching going, that never fucking happens. That never fucking happens. But I love the episodes. I love the episodes because it's rare. It's rare for that purpose, for that reason, to build up the drama. Every once in a while, lawyer, right away. I'm like, yeah, you never see that. You know why? Because then there'd be no fucking show. In reality, and I even told this to my daughter. I said, God forbid you ever find yourself in that situation. Do not ever believe that any cop is ever trying to give you a favor for anything. I said, the moment you walk in there, say lawyer, lawyer, and do not say a single word until somebody shows up. At the very least, call me. I'll go represent you. Do not say a fucking word, because I promise you, they are not trying to do you any fucking favors at all. Some of them are probably doing overtime. They're probably tired and fucking they just want to go home. So believe me, they do not want to help you at all. They are not trying to help you. Fuck that, dude. Like, oh my god. Like, I mean, like, it's like one thing that I've realized. I guess, of course, my life is that like everybody, we all have our own personal lives, you know. And watching these, especially these dramas, you know, it's because that's why actually I like these. I'm watching all three of them at the same time because they focus on the life as, you know, a hospital worker, a fucking firefighter, an EMT, a cop, right? But then they go into like, you know, their personal stories, you know, they know their families, you know, their home life, you know, what they deal with, you know, at home.
Yeah, their home life.
Yeah, like what they bring to work, what they try to leave at home, what you know, what overflows, you know, into their personal life, you know, from their personal lives, you know, like, hey, get your head in the game, what the fuck, you need to focus, you know. And like it's crazy because like that's one thing that really opened my eyes is that concept, you know. When I try to talk to other people about that, when they bitch about other people being stupid, my first response is like, well, what happened? And like I said, everything's circumstantial. It's like, well, what happened? I mean, what led to that, to it blow up that way? And usually it was like one stupid little thing. It was like, oh, that sucks. I mean, it shouldn't have gotten to that. If they had realized it was just this one little thing, it wouldn't have escalated to that point. You know, like today, like everybody just feels so entitled to like everything. Everybody just owed a favor, and it's like, for what, man? I mean, we're all fucking dealing with life. Everybody's fucking struggling. Nobody's life is fucking perfect. You know, there are millionaires in this country that are fucking dealing with substance abuse because they're depressed and they hate their lives because all the fucking money they have, guess what? They're still not fucking happy because they know in deep down they're really pieces of shit. You know, like it's true.
I mean, there's some fucking voids that fucking money can't take care of.
Mm-hmm. Like I was thinking about this the other day.
Yeah, so it's like
I was. Let me get your opinion on this. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, let me ask you a question. And I know.
Okay.
I've been talking a lot. I apologize for that. We haven't talked a minute. So I've been venting a lot. So I apologize for that. But
yeah. Well, it's my fucking phone. My phone dies in like an hour or like whatever for some reason. Like, and then at that, it wouldn't fully charge. So I recently got this new charger, and it actually fucking works.
That's
and
good.
It's hard because this phone's so old. Like it's hard to find your charger.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, I have four, 2 USBs for each room.
And they're little wires. Most of the things that whatever for it is a fucking they use it for is like a battery pack or like a speaker or something.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
And most of the wires I had was these little fucking 4-inch.
Yeah, like a few inches. Yeah. No shit.
And for some reason, it wouldn't charge my phone all the way. So now I got a couple of actual wires. So I'm like, look, I can finally whatever. My mom's been bringing me home them from work because she said,
try this one. Try this one. See if this one works. See if this one works.
She's like, yeah, we have them at work. Nobody uses them. They're just there. Like, we don't need them anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, just bring me some. The only thing that sucks is these wires are so old. Like, I use them, and like a day later, they start like acting up. Like, you know how you gotta like move the wire a certain way so you can so it'll charge your phone and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. After about a day of using it, I have to do that, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my mom's like, well, they are old chargers. And I'm like, yeah, it is an old phone. Like I told you, this phone just taught me patience.
No shit.
Like, God damn it. I mean, it's getting better. Like, I'm still fucking agitated as fuck. My blood pressure has been shit. But, yeah,
That's fucking funny.
I've been showing signs of like hypertension and shit like that.
Well, okay, that's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so back to your whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, okay.
You're gonna
Like,
ask the question, huh?
Yes, hypothetically speaking, like say, excuse me, random occurrence. You know, say you win the lottery, and bare minimum,
Okay.
$1 million. You know, and like that's your take home. You got $1 million,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, take your time. I'm not asking for an immediate response, but what would you do? What would you do with $1 million based on like right now, your situation right now, where you're at right now? You know, everything you've been through, everything going on. You know, some random occurrence. Say like an uncle you never even met that you fucking spent, you know, your 5-year-old, say your 5-year-old summertime with. You had a great time, and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna leave everything to Joey," and then boom, Laura comes knocking on your door. Bam. Here's a check, bitch. You got $1 million in your bank account. What do you do?
Nah. Cocaine strippers. Nah.
Liar.
I don't know.
Okay. First of all, listen. First of all, let's
I
just.
said strippers because I don't want to say okay. But
First of all, let's just hold on. Before you get into the actual spiel, let's just all admit, because I will agree with this one, and I'm pretty sure that if Ray ever watches this later on, all three of us, if we were ever presented with $1 million, that would be the first thing that we would do, is spend it on cocaine and strippers. Now, I'm not saying that we would spend it all on that. I'm not saying that. No, obviously not. No, we're not stupid. But I'm saying the first thing probably would be that. Okay, before we really apply this to things that we need to do, let's just take a second, just one day, to just enjoy this. Let's just have some fun, and after that, we'll get back to work.
Right.
I mean, when are you ever gonna have the opportunity again? Come on.
In the morning, we'll go pick up the new car. We'll go look at some houses. You know.
There you go.
Tonight, we're getting fucked up, and yeah, but we'll go do all that shit in the morning.
Well, this is tomorrow.
You know, we'll probably still be awake. You know, so
we'll probably still be awake.
So we're probably gonna stay up all fucking night. So when the sun comes up, we'll go pick up a car and start looking at houses and shit. And
fucking take. We'll fucking take Cinnamon and Starlight with us. Hey, we're gonna look at some cars. You want to come? Sure.
And Lucky and all them bitches.
Hey, maybe we'll help us bring the price down. But no, okay, but I mean, like minus that, which, because obviously that would happen. We're not stupid, but like, I mean, like how would you spend and or invest your money? You know, off the top of your head, give or take. Again, not all of it, but I mean, initially.
I mean, well, first, what I would do is I would try to get me some property and shit, and get me a house. So, you know, something that I'd be able to take care of, you know, or something that it's like, you know what I mean? Everything's paid off, everything, whatever all you got to do is pay taxes and shit like that. And then just fucking, from there, I guess, try to invest my money wisely. Like, I mean, I know I would want to start a business, so I'd probably see what I could do. Maybe just buy a fucking McDonald's or a Jack in the Box, buy into a franchise that you know is going to fucking make money.
Yeah.
You know, and
smart.
Just sit back and just watch that, let that money come in and fuck it. I don't know. There's just many ways to like do it. It's just that I wouldn't invest in like the market or fucking digital currency or whatever the fuck that shit is. And yeah, that kind of shit. I'm real whatever about. I'm about like fucking money. You know, everything I've never had credit. I've never had a credit card. I've never nothing. Everything I've ever bought has been cash. Everything I've ever really done has been cash. That's why like going all this digital shit and having cards and not taking cash at some places, it's like, oh fuck, like, you know, like I'm used to always paying cash or having cash and shit like that, you know. But yeah, like I mean, I would buy something that I know would do something like that. If I just want to kind of like just buy a business or do something like that, like invest, whatever, it would be like probably like that, buy into a franchise. And because, you know, just the name alone is going to be getting money no matter what, you know, so you'll have something coming in. But I mean, if not, it would be like start my own business. But with that, you run the risk of fucking, hey, if you lose, you know, you lose, that's your money, that's whatever, you know what I mean? And so, like, you know, it just depends on how big of a risk. Or maybe invest in the fucking franchise first, and then whatever money comes up from that, or like whatever's extra, or like, you know, till you fucking break even or somewhat, then that's when you invest in yourself, and you're like, all right, I got some money that's going to be coming in, you know, annually from this business, and now I can like go and start my falafel shop and shit and see how that goes. You know, at least I got this money coming in, and if the falafel shop flops, it's funny. If the falafel shop flops, then I can fucking, I still have the goddamn McDonald's to fall back on or some shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh god, I'm getting high.
No,
yeah,
no.
pretty much like
Like-
that was just like a little.
No, I mean,
just off the top of my fucking head, just thinking about like, you know, if I had money to like just do shit.
no, I mean, like,
you know, I mean, why not?
like,
But the first thing was guaranteeing the fucking house and all of that shit.
it's like
Make sure you're straight.
the reason I ask.
Bam,
The reason I ask is because, like, okay, like, excuse me, my situation, you know, is very simply put, you know, like I live at home. I lived in San Antonio for a few years. I lived on my own, you know, for several years before that, you know, back and forth, you know, by myself, roommates, what the fuck, right? And when I moved back to the Valley, I moved back with my parents, and it was mainly just to, you know, it was supposed to be a temporary thing, just kind of like save money. But living here, I do a lot for my parents because, you know, they're older, and, you know, they still work. So I do a lot of the little shit that, you know, I mean, it's just kind of like, you know, just save them the hassle. My brother, God bless him, he never does any of that shit. You know, I love him, but I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But like what I do is that the now, don't get me wrong, for the first few years, I should say, that I was living back home, I was squandering the money that I was saving by not, you know, having to pay fucking, you know, bills, and I was just, you know, just getting fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, just you know, drinking, smoking, you know, fucking getting fucked up all the fucking time. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until, like, you know, like recently that I realized, okay, party's over, man. Like, you know, you're too old for this shit. Because, like,
Yep.
it was weird. Because, like, one, it was kind of you were kind of part of it. You know, like you know, because you're a couple years younger than me, and, you know, seeing you, like, you know, go in this downward spiral of, like, you know, just like, you know, depression and just not giving a shit. And
Yeah.
like the only
My
thing,
ups and downs, because it's like 1 year I'm fucking good, I'm fucking badass. The next year it's shit.
Mhm.
The next year I'm okay, and then I'm fucking shit again, and then I got a year where I'm badass again, and then it's like it's just a fucking my life is fucking crazy.
what's crazy
It's a
though,
goddamn roller coaster.
yeah, no, check it out. This is crazy, and this is gonna fucking bake your noodle a little bit. Like,
I need a big better decision.
yeah, this will this will bake your noodle a little bit. There was a point, actually several points, when, like, I was, like, you know, like feeling like, you know, like a low point, and you were actually like my motivation to, like, you know, like, no, hey, come on, because I was seeing your situation going, hey,
No, I'm just ready.
what?
But yeah,
What was it?
I said it could get worse. Look at me. No, I'm just saying.
Right? No, it was a thing of, like, it was.
I was making a joke, you know, it could get worse. Look at me. But Yeah, you know, I was because it's like, yeah, fool, like it's all right. It's gonna get better. That's what I try to be, you know, like that's what we're here for, you know.
'Cause like for me, like what it was, there was points when I was feeling like really like just not feeling it, and seeing your situation, I would check on you and asking how you're doing, what the fuck, you know, and you were dealing with fucking with hood rat, and that whole fucking debacle, and just everything in general.
Yeah.
And there were several points when that was my motivation to like, you know, like keep my shit in check, to give you a reason to not fucking throw in the towel. You know, it was like to give you them and say, by the way, Joey, look, I know everything sucks right now, but I need you, man. Like I can't. I mean, I can't. And again, and then that's not like exaggerating. That's the reality. I've thought about this several times over. I actually thought about it recently because you've been sick this past fucking month. I was like, Joey, you're gonna get better, right? Because like, I can't replace you, man. I've thought about it. It's like, no, dude, it wouldn't be the same. I couldn't do the. I could not. After this long, we've been doing the show. I could not just bring in a stand-in. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why, like Liz and I have our own show, and the third one is just me and whoever the fuck wants to get on. This is our show. I could not replace you with anybody. It wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Are you still there? God damn it. I'm talking to myself. Motherfucker. All right. It happened again. Bear in mind, to anybody watching this, I'm going to repeat that because Joey didn't get any of that shit. But this will only be viewed on the YouTube fucking video. This will be edited out if you listen to this on Spotify later on. Let's see if I get Joey back. Son of a bitch. Again, apologies to the audience. This happened last time, a couple times. All right. Shit. All right. I cannot stop this recording. I am going to wait a few minutes and then hopefully Joey will call me back. And then I'm going to have to repeat what I just said. Just annoying as shit. This is very unprofessional. I apologize to the audience. But, anyways, what I was telling Joey, though, is that basically that, unfortunately, excuse me, we all deal with shit. And the reality is, you know, we don't know what the person that is fucking up your day is dealing with. You know, maybe you're having a great day and they're not, and it does not make it right for them to ruin your day, but that's what it is. And again, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying, you know, take that into consideration and give the person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're not a piece of shit. Maybe they're just having a bad day. Let's try Joey again one more time. I don't feel like talking to myself right now. Come on, Joey. Ah, this is so annoying. Okay, like I said, we are going to continue. I will hopefully get Joey back in just a moment. But until then, okay, what else can I talk about while we are filling this empty air? Again, all this will be edited out. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the only time you get to see this. I will edit this out later on. Okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about some politics. I mean, why not, right? I mean, there's I don't have a whole lot of information about it, but I mean, it's getting kind of weird right now. It's kind of crazy how, like, you know, our president is being accused of all these horrific crimes, and everybody's just pretending like, oh, it's no big deal. They just want us to be distracted by like everything else going on in the world. It's like, you know what? I'm not saying that other things in the world are not important, but I'm just saying this is just as important too. So I'm trying to get us to drop this. We're not gonna drop this shit. All right. Okay, fucking shit. I'm looking for filler. All right, backstory. How we started the podcast. March I found out recently, came with my Facebook memories. Back in March of 2017, no, 2019, 2019. Joey came to a bar. We said, "Hey, we should start a podcast." And we call it "Don't Be." Oh, Jesus, Joey, answer the fucking phone. God damn it. I hate this. I apologize again. Like I said, I'm editing all this out. Jesus, son of a bitch. He might be trying to call me back. This is very frustrating. It's very unprofessional. Anyways, okay, real quick plug. Don't Fear the Queer is our sister podcast with my good friend Liz. We focus on the gay community. We talk about gay news. Banana Stickers is a podcast that I started. Basically, it's you, the audience member, anybody that wants to get on the mic, talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. I'm a psychologist. I've been doing it for several years, pretty much my entire life. And I will basically give you free therapy. You're not in person. You tell me what the fuck you want to talk about. Oh, here's Joey. Hello?
Damn it, fucker.
Okay, there you are.
Damn it, fucker. I'm trying to call you, but it looks like you're calling me. And
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it, my phone's not letting me fucking do anything. And I'm like, son of a bitch. What happened was I got up to go check something, and I had the phone in my hand. And while I was talking, I kind of swung my hand, like, you know, I made a gesture with my hand, and the phone was in it, and it slipped out. Like, yeah, I pretty much threw my phone on accident because I was fucking stupid. I paid attention, and well, when my phone fell, it turned off, and it reset it.
Shit.
So I'm like, son of a bitch. I
Okay.
don't know if you heard. I was like, ah, in my fucking phone.
No, I was talking to myself for a minute, and I was like, wait. At one point, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was on my phone. Like, God damn it! What? How long have I been talking to myself?
I yelled before, right when I threw my phone, I yelled, but I guess you didn't catch it.
Yeah. So there's some dead air in there. As I stated, I will edit that part out. So anybody watching this on YouTube, you'll get to see that part, but only on YouTube. And we'll listen to it. The video itself is on YouTube, but the audio, I'll edit that part out later on. And I was basically just, I couldn't think of anything to say. I was like, all right, shit. Waiting for Joey. Fuck.
I don't even fucking it threw me off. I don't even know what we were talking about, but I whenever I was walking and it hit it like the one part of the fucking apartment that doesn't have carpet. That's what my phone hit, and it's fucking reset. Like, you fucking bitch. Like, this phone is pretty much like a brick and shit, right? I'm like, goddamn it. But yeah. I don't even remember. I got to get some chicken jerky from Bucky's.
Well,
My mom brought some chicken
I don't-
jerky, and I'm like,
I don't remember exactly where we left off, and I was going to ask you the last thing you remember that I said, but I don't know if you remember or not, or do you?
no,
I didn't think
I
so.
do not.
I do remember that I asked you what you would do with $1 million, and
Yeah.
the reason that I asked that though is because like the way I see everything, like right now, like today, you know, the world as it is, you know, like, especially here in the States, like there's so much money, you know, but yet it's all being spent, you know, on just crap. Really, think about it. You know, like okay, like I do excuse me, I do DoorDash for a living. This is funny. This is funny because I don't think I'm at any risk in saying this. I don't think I am, but I am going to say something that is 1,000% true because it's very, very ironic. The very thing that I am so much opposed to, and we talk about this all the fucking time on the podcast, is the very thing that pays my fucking bills. Is basically just
Yeah.
people just living lavishly. You know, like I mean, because here's the reality. Here's the reality. Now, okay, to any new listeners, and here's some advice to anybody that if you're looking for like a side hustle, you want to do something, some extra money. DoorDash is actually a very, very good way to do that. For the record, I am not being paid by DoorDash to say this. I am doing this on my own record. Okay, I do work for them, but here's the reality: DoorDash does not pay their drivers a lot of money. Okay, we get paid. I have like a minimum. I think the minimum is like $2 per delivery. That's a fact. I looked it up. I was curious. And after that, it really is based on the customer's tip. Now, the crazy thing about it though is that I've been doing this for like a couple of years now, and I've broken it down to a whole fucking science. I think I finally got it down. I think so. I'm not 100% yet. I think I got it down. I've been messing with it for a while. But the crazy thing about it though is that like I've constantly stated how the problem with with our country, I'll say our country, I don't know about the world's problems, but our country is that we have so many people that have so much money to spend that they spend it on crap, you know, and like that's an example. It's like like DoorDash. Now again, I know it's contradictory because that's my fucking job. Like I mean, I love my job, but it's funny to me is it like one going out to eat, complete waste of money. It really is. Like I mean, I understand. Every once in a while, you want a steak, you want a burger. I get that. But like, I get repeat orders. Repeat customers. All the fucking time. People just and some of the times, sometimes they happen today. I get orders like the distance for me to drive to the location and the drop off is like a fraction of what they could have driven themselves if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But they were willing to pay that much more money to get it brought to them instead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, that's.
I used to do it a lot, but I didn't have a car.
No, and they were wrong. And no, I mean, disclaimer. Disclaimer. Like, I mean,
Wendy's or Mexican food.
No, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, like there are exceptions. Like, I mean, I deliver to a couple of the schools, and one of the schools I deliver to, I always know it's for the teachers, but one of the schools is a high school. I know for a fact it's for the students. This is hilarious to me. This funny little side story. This actually happened a couple weeks ago. This is fucking funny as hell.
Yeah.
I did a delivery to one of the high schools, and I think they were doing some testing because there was like a line of like parents like at the gate. So I was there to drop off the delivery, and the students that was for, they were waiting at the gate for me to drop it off, right? So okay, cool. I dropped it off, right? No big deal. But the lady at the window, like checking people in, and she knows me too. So she already knows the routine. Oh yeah, just, she'll open the gate for me, leave it on the table, no big deal. But if she sees me coming, it's like we're not accepting any deliveries, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, like I have to deliver this. I cannot just not like I like this is my job. I can't say, oh, they're not accepting deliveries. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna take it home. No, I have to leave this somewhere. So sorry, but no, dude. Like that. If you're not accepting deliveries, then that's on you. You figure it out. Now.
Yeah.
Immediately after, I got another delivery for the same high school, and I turned it down, and I was pissed because it was like $3, but it was like I like those deliveries because they're short. It's like literally like 10 minutes, like max, Yeah. So I turned it down, and I was and I was like, after that, I was like, no, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. They have something going on. Fuck them. I'm gonna. I think I told you about this. They have something going on with their students.
Now that too. Whenever I remember you calling me shortly after, and you're like, "Guess what the fuck this happened?" I was like, "Oh shit."
But yeah, so here's the funny thing about it though, is it like throughout the day and the next day after, I was getting deliveries from them, and sure enough, like they were not accepting deliveries. Again, like I said, I'm assuming it's because most of those deliveries were to students. Now, my theory, and that's what I told you in the message, was that it was basically like parents. Sorry. Poor parents, and for the record, I grew up poor too, so that's why I can say that and laugh at it. Poor parents that can't afford to buy their kids food from outside sources were getting upset because their kids were coming home bitching about the fact that little fucking Joni and little fucking Timmy got McDonald's and Wingstop for lunch, but I had to eat the food that you served me up or the food that they serve at the cafeteria. Now,
I mean, we had the same shit when we were kids. Some motherfuckers showed up with Lunchables and shit. And
yeah.
Like, damn, I gotta eat this fucking whatever the fuck this is, fucking Salisbury ass steak and shit.
Now, for the record, this is actually why.
But I miss school food now.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Is it like okay, like I just now realize this. I just now realized this though until and like it wasn't until like literally right now while you were talking about the like the food. I told myself, you know what's funny? Is it like in a way, school is just like an introduction to prison. If you think about it,
I think school is just a thing to get us mentally adapted to having to go to work every day for at least 8 hours a day. You know, go somewhere and do stuff and you know whatever and shit like that. It's just a process for us to be fucking. How do you say? God damn it! You know, but turned into like the little zombies that
programmed.
The fucking to have to to get used to the routine and all that shit.
Programmed.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you're building it all, if you're talking about getting programmed, yeah. Okay, it's true. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll go with both sides because the only reason I brought up prison is because of the cafeteria food, because like I mean, again,
Cafeteria food was good. Like I miss some shit.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. It's funny because okay, I understand that like in today's society, we now have these services. You know, you can get food fucking delivered to you from like.
I bet the food's not even the same.
Oh no, it probably I guarantee not. But again, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I do consider that factor, but it's just, to me, it's just funny that like because we have access to all these resources, people can like get outside food brought to them by anybody, and obviously it's the parents who are ordering the food.
At my school, we had Chick-fil-A.
What?
At my high school.
Shut the fuck up! Really?
At my high school, there was a little like a little table.
Shut the fuck up! Really?
With like an ice chest of Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Shut up! That's badass! Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. That is fucking cool.
And then I think there was like a Pizza Hut one, and they would just come in with pizza.
Yeah, we had a Pizza Hut one. Yeah, we had a Pizza Hut one. But it was funny though. Is it like I don't know. To me, it was funny. I kind of wondered how they went about that because I loved Pizza Hut. I ate pizza like as a child all through my childhood. And the pizza that we had in high school, it was funny. It was like by comparison, it was like that looked like Pizza Hut. But here's the thing: I always kind of wondered how they got it. I always assumed they got it like frozen, Pizza Hut pizzas, and it would they would heat them up their own way, because man, they were greasy as fuck, dude. So greasy, delicious. By the way, delicious because of all that grease. But man, they were greasy as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. But
the Chick-fil-A people would come in with like an ice chest that had like Chick-fil-A symbol, and they would post up for the lunch and shit.
That's fucking cool.
And so Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and then I think sometimes next to them would be the Pizza Hut people.
Let me ask you this:
they just had like a little like warmer thingy or some shit.
Let me ask you this:
we also had a bunch of shit too. We had a bunch of things too where you can buy random shit. I can't remember what they really sold. The only thing I really bought from that other place was French fries, and they had a burrito. I found out that this burrito was fucking I think it was like $3 or some shit like that. And but it was like a fucking Chipotle fat ass fucking big ass burrito, and it had rice, beans, fucking chicken, nacho cheese. I was like, damn, that shit went harder. Yeah,
okay.
Sometimes those shit cut out.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, because that was going to be my next question. Two questions, actually. One, how long ago was this when you were in high school? And the other question is, no. There's a reason. Again, no. I'm not trying to age you. There's a reason for it, I promise. The first question was, how long ago was this when you were in high school? And the other question is, do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember how much the sandwiches costed?
Shit, I didn't pay for lunch. I was one of the lucky ones. But when I did pay for lunch, I think it was I don't think I ever paid for lunch. 50 cents, but it was like a reduced lunch.
But you don't remember how much the you don't remember how much the you don't remember how much the Chick-fil-A sandwiches, you don't remember how much they were?
Well, I want to say they were like maybe like $3 or $4.
What? Good.
Because it wasn't really expensive, but it was enough to like fuck. I don't have enough money.
Yeah.
$1.50. You know,
Like $3, give or
So,
take. Like $3-4.
maybe like $4 at the most. Maybe I want to say, or $5. Maybe $5.
See, that's what I would imagine. I would imagine like
I remember they used to do Wacky Wednesday at Little Caesars.
yeah.
And it was fucking $5 pizzas.
See, I would imagine.
Everybody would throw in $1, $2, and we would get a fucking hot and ready for $5 on Wednesday.
Again, yeah, I would imagine $5 would be about the reasonable price. Like $5 is a straight even number. $5 bill. I remember when I was in high school. One of our baseball coaches, smart motherfucker. What he would do, he would wait until the last bell rang, and he would sit. He would sit in the annex, the little divider from going outside and then going to the gym, and then he would sit there with a stack of Little Caesars pizzas, hot and ready's. This is back when they first started doing the hot readies, by the way. Back when they first started doing hot readies.
Yeah.
I think they were like $3.
Like it was only on Wednesdays. And
yeah.
Like
he would do it on Wednesdays. He would do it on Wednesdays. And I think the hot readies were like $3 each. It was like $3 each, and he would sell them. He would sell them for $1 each, $1 a slice. He would sell $1 a slice to anybody that was just getting out of class or school, and most of us probably going to like football practice or basketball practice, what the fuck. So he obviously like, dude, it was great, it's genius as fuck. And again, the best part about it was it wasn't even for him. He was doing it to fucking raise money for new baseball uniforms. He was doing it on his own time. He was doing it on his own time, but he found a loop in the system that he could do it on campus as long as it was not during school hours. And he was using his own money, so it was okay. And I was like, smart motherfucker.
Wait till the last bell. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Technically over. I'm just yeah.
So I just happen to have 10 fucking boxes of pizza here. Are you hungry? You got $1? Cool. Done. You know.
Right. Here's a snack to hold you off till you get home or some shit.
Exactly. That's what it was. Yeah. Well, you know, back to what I was saying though is like the whole thing like I said with DoorDash is it like, you know, I was doing runs to the high school, and that's what happened. Those couple of days, the next day I was doing runs, and I noticed that the table was gone where I was normally dropping off the deliveries, and everything was just there on the floor. And there was one run, the normal lady that was there, I guess she was on her lunch break. It was a different lady, and she's telling me like, we're not accepting deliveries, and I was like, I have to drop it somewhere, and she's like, I go, I'll leave it here if that's okay, that's fine. So I left it outside the gate. I like text the kid, hey, by the way, they won't let me leave it inside, blah blah. The funny thing about it though is it like I think it was like a day or two later, sure enough, you know, I did a delivery to the fucking high school. The table was back and right back to normal again, which leads me to believe that that's what happened. Is that, you know, some poor parents complain that their kids were being all butthurt that, you know, they weren't able to get fucking Wingstop, McDonald's, and Burger King and Chick-fil-A. They were forced to be eating the fucking cafeteria food.
There was a lot of parents there.
Huh?
You said there was a lot of parents.
No, I'm assuming that it's the parents that own that own the accounts.
Oh.
No,
like a lot of parents there when you went to go jump off the.
Oh no, that one time, yeah, it was like not that one day, but like my thing is that like I like my assumption is that like whenever I get these orders for the high school, it's the parents, it's their account ordering food for their kid, and I assume that because I get these instructions sometimes they're like fucking stupid, like they're talking to me like I've never done this before. You know, it's like, oh, leave it with this reception. Say it's for this person, blah blah. And I'm going, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way because I've tried that, and the moment I walk up to the gate, the woman behind the screen does like she knows me. Don't know, she's polite with me now. Now she is, but the first thing she says, leave it on the table. So again, like I can say who the fuck it's for. She's like, fuck off, leave it on the table. I don't give a shit. Like, leave it on the table, bitch. I don't give a fuck. So
leave it on the table and then say whatever, they'll come looking for it.
yeah, and so that's what I realized. It's not the students placing these orders; it's the parents. It's their accounts. They're placing the orders for their kids. And again, that's what I said. Some kids are coming home crying. Oh, Jimmy got fucking wings up today. I had to eat a fucking hamburger. Now, here's the thing. I miss the cafeteria food that I grew up with, man. Fucking the fucking the flatbread pizza, the cheeseburgers. Oh, dude. I mean,
there's one that I remember from elementary, and I've never had it again, and I can't find it. I swear they called it an Amish pizza at one of the schools I went to, but it was like a sub thing with like the sesame seeds, right? Like it was like cut in half, right? Like and it was what they put I swear it was like, it tasted like sloppy Joe shit, right? Like meat with sloppy Joe with fucking mozzarella cheese, and then they would like bake it. And I remember that shit. I could have swore it was called Amish pizza, or that's what they would have like. I don't know, but I cannot fucking find it anywhere, and I've never seen anything like it. And like, yeah, that's one thing I remember. Like that, like I've never seen anywhere else. That was from school, and I'm like, what the fuck? Everything else, like I've seen other places. Like,
I'm gonna look into that because I'm curious. I'm
yeah,
curious.
well, I tried googling Amish pizza and it doesn't come up, but pretty much it was one of those sub sandwiches that has like the sesame seeds, kind of like a McRib, kind of like whatever, but like a long one.
Yeah.
And you only do one side, like a barren fucking kind of pizza, whatever. And but like the contents of it was pretty much like sloppy Joe with like mozzarella cheese on top, and it was like a pizza, kind of. But like I said, it was that shit, and I was like, God damn it! And I can't remember. I think it was maybe when I lived in Arizona or some shit. Because I did live in Arizona for a couple of years.
I'm gonna look for that shit. I'm curious now. Actually, that sounds pretty good.
When I was a kid.
But I mean, the reason I bring it up though is because like I like my only argument in that the whole situation is that like I get that like some kids may feel a little ashamed that my parents can't afford to fucking give me food from outside, and it's like and you know what I mean, like. I get it. Yeah, it sucks. But to penalize everybody else because your parents can't afford it, and or maybe they just don't fucking want to. Maybe they can't afford to buy you that shit. They just don't fucking want to. You ever think of that? Some parents are assholes. I'm just saying, man. Like that's because it'd be.
I take you McDonald's today, and then you're gonna want McDonald's tomorrow, and then yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, the only reason that it bugged me was I thought to myself, I'm not going to turn down orders to the high school because they're saying they're not accepting orders. I was like, you know what? If you're not accepting orders, and I said this to both ladies. I said, well, you need to talk to the students because if I get a delivery, I'm going to take it. This is how I make my money. So I have to drop this off one way or the other. If you're not accepting orders, that's one thing, but I'm not going to be penalized for this. You need to tell them to not be.
You don't know how this shit works. I also get penalized if I decline fucking too many orders.
Exactly.
So it's like I gotta fucking I gotta take some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, so it's like no. I mean, okay. So
because I didn't know that. So you told me the other day that like if you start turning down too many orders too much, it goes on your rating or some shit like that.
No, oh my god, it's funny you mention that.
Like penalized or some shit.
It's funny you mention that. Okay, I'm about to drop some truth bombs on here real quick. So anybody out there, and again, this is why you should check out our show because I reveal a lot of secrets that a lot of people will not. I learned this recently, doing DoorDash. Anybody out there real quick tips on just the base tips. If anybody you're looking for a side hustle or you just hate your job and you just want to just try something different, DoorDash is a really good way to make money if you have a lot of free time. That's the only reason that I've been able to make it work for me. Reality is though, you need a good car. If you had your car for a minute, no. If it's a big truck, a big engine, no, it's not worth it. Especially with gas the way it is right now. But one thing that I learned though is that when you take a lot of orders and your percentage goes up, your acceptance percentage goes up. You get like gold status, platinum status. It tells you, oh, you're gonna get all the best runs. What the fuck, right? But here's the thing. One thing that I learned when my stats were really good, every once in a while I would still get a run that was like just crap.
Yeah,
it'd be like $2 for like 8 miles, and it'd be like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Like if I'm on platinum status, why am I even getting this order? And then I would pause it, wait about 5 minutes, and then I would get it again. One time I got it 3 times, and then I realized, oh shit, it's because nobody wants to take that order because it's crap. And I realized, and so that was the first instance. Now later on, my stats went down, and I started taking like every order just to get my stats back up, right? And I was thinking these like long ass runs, like it wasn't even worth fucking doing.
I remember the whole situation we were talking about it because you're like, I'm right there.
It fucking sucked. I'm like my 69%, 1%. I take like
you were like texting me and calling me. You're like, I'm almost fucking there.
Yeah, I had to take like 5 more fucking shit runs just to get me to 70%. But then again, back to platinum, I'm taking like 90% of my runs, right? I'm getting nothing but good runs, right? But every once in a while, one of them slips through the cracks. And again, and platinum status, I get another one, like fucking $4 for like 8 miles. I'm like, the fuck? And again, I learned from this. It's just first come first serve. And now here's where it really gets crazy. Lately, because gas has been so high, I've been very particular about the runs that I take, because I've gotten so many runs that have been really good payoffs, like $5 for like 2 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole delivery, pickup, everything, 10 minutes, boom, done. It's like minimum amount of gas, minimum amount of time. And I thought to myself, man, you know what? Like it's kind of like the stock market. If you just bide your time and just wait, only take the good ones, then you still make your money and you use up the least amount of gas. You might not make as much that day, might not, but you don't waste your time. You don't waste your gas. You see, because on my car, on a full tank of gas, I get about a little over 300 miles. And I was doing it as like, if I can make, it's like a $1 a mile, $300, right? And with gas the way it is right now, I thought myself, you know what? I need to make at least $400 per full tank of gas. That's what I know I'm doing. I'm doing good. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And so right now I'm at just at about a quarter tank left. But I've already made $360. If I make $40 more before I have to fill my tank up, guess what? I hit my mark. That's $4, full tank of gas. And with gas the way it is right now, it cost me $40 to fill my tank last week. It's like, fuck.
I mean, it's pretty much it's just, if you think it's like a business. You know what I mean? If you are your business and whatever, and you got to make sure that you're making enough fucking money to make money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just like having a business. You got to make sure you have enough fucking products. You got to make sure you got fucking this and that, and you got to make sure you make enough money to cover all of those. Because if not, I mean, then if you're not making money, then
you're absolutely right. And here's the craziest part about it, is that like God bless my daughter. I love her so much, because we've been talking a lot more lately, and she is so fucking smart. And I'm not just boasting, but I am, because like talking to her has been very therapeutic, because like it reminds me that I'm not a fucking retard. So like when we talk, we talk about like intelligence shit, right? So I've been spending all this time with myself, which has been great, and main reason because I can't spend the gas money to go to see Ray every day. So I've been at home all the time, and I started like really breaking everything down. As far as like the money I spend on DoorDash, the money I spend going driving around, going here, going there, what the fuck, right? Like I was bringing it all down to like a fucking science. Basically, as far as like okay, if this is what you want to do, you need to fucking do this, and this. And again, like I said, like as a business, if you're spending this much, you need to make sure that you're making this much based on what you're spending. Otherwise, you're just taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You know what I'm saying? So right now, the goal is when I get to I'm gonna give my mom another $300 to get my debt to her at 1,000, and then once my savings gets up to 1,000, I'm gonna give that whole thing to her, clear that fucking debt, and then focus on paying off the money that I owe to myself to my savings, and then trade out my car. And the way that I've been working so much and not spending so much money on crap, and not going to see Ray every day. If I do it right, I can do it right up to the year point when I got when I got the car last. 'Cause that's what I want to do. Like I said, like with everything going on, with you getting sick, I said, what, I need to like focus on that because that's what I want to do. And then we got to wrap this up. But
Oh yeah,
um, like to anybody, if you made it this far, the website don'tbesosensitive.com will be up very soon. I might just hire a professional to help me finish the website that we can actually get it up and going. Because initially we're not gonna have any merch right away, but initially you will have the opportunity. You can send us your information and post up your links on our site. That way you can get free promotion to whatever it is you're doing. Your small business, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, whatever it is that you're doing. Obviously, I mean, we have to keep it clean. Nothing weird. I do accept quote unquote modern art, but if you're somebody that posts a fucking banana taped to a fucking wall, you can go fuck yourself. Because I'm sorry, no, that's not art. Go suck a dick. But anybody else, if you are an up and coming artist or small business owner, or you're trying to like put your face out there, hit us up, comment below, hit me up directly. That is the website, don'tbesosensitive.com. Again, it's not up yet, but when it is officially up, that is what it will be. It'll be a conduit to send other people to us, and then later to you if you want some free promotion. Later on, we're going to charge for it. But right now, grandfather yourself in. You want to pay a dime for life. Just throwing it out there. But anyways, before we start wrapping it up, though, I know you've been MIA. Have you kept up with anything political news as far as what's going on right now?
No, actually I haven't, dude, because like almost the whole time that I've been sick, like I lost my phone, like what is it? I think the first week or so shit that I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
So I've had this phone, and this phone kind of sucks. So I just don't even bother with looking into stuff because sometimes I'll click something and I'm waiting for it to load, and I'm waiting, and then it changes, and then it goes black, and then like I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I just got tired of fucking with it. So pretty much like right now,
and then there's a terrorism story.
Social media, like anything. Like this phone, when it works, I use it for texting and calling, and that's about it. And that's when I have power, because like I said, like with this battery, like I had it charged at 100 when we started the cast, and now the battery is at fucking bastard 46%. Like so, and at 46, it's gonna last me maybe another 30 minutes.
Sure?
But like I have my phone off so while we're talking.
Yeah.
But like if my phone is on and shit, or like I'm looking at the screen, it only lasts like maybe fucking 30 minutes or some shit. I don't know why. Like, and for some reason I keep getting alerts for something, and I'm trying to turn it off and it doesn't. And I think that that alert that keeps popping up,
It's draining
it,
off. Yeah.
it's draining my battery.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I don't have a whole lot of opinions this week as far as political news goes. I haven't kept up, to be honest. That's why I asked you if you kept up. I haven't. I've been I've
The
actually
only
been,
thing is just ICE has been fucking everywhere and shit over here, and
really.
you know, it's got to be careful because sometimes ICE will just pop up. I got apparently they showed up the other day, like over there where I hang out. I was there, and I guess it was just the day I had taken off, and yeah, they said something happened. There was an altercation. The cop showed up, and shortly after the cop showed up, they said that I showed up.
Because
And
okay,
that
like
people were fucking freaking out and shit. Because there's a few people over there.
because okay,
that
like
are not from here.
that's crazy you bring that up because okay, just to circle back, like I said earlier, you know, in this to the audience when I mentioned about how I've been watching all these fucking these first responder dramas, and how
Uh-huh.
like a lot of times it comes up, you know, we're like, you know, we'll do you a favor, we'll do you a favor. Now that's just with like the interrogation shit. The one thing
Uh-huh.
that I do believe does happen that they portray in those shows is that there are times when the cops do work with the fucking the gangbangers, you know, and in a sense that like, you know what, hey, we'll look the other way as long as you know you fucking work with us when it comes to this and this.
But
And I know I risk saying this, but I kind of have to admit it because I've thought about this like for a while now. Like I keep hearing these stories from you about how you know like ICE, you know, being there in fucking San Antonio, fucking you know picking people up, where the fuck. And God forbid, and I'm not gonna say where I live just in case, but like haven't seen that shit around here. And you would think, but no. But at the same time, I think also because of the location, that might be wise. There's people like Grease and Palms. Hey, how about you? Hey, come on. You don't have to come down here. You don't have to come over here. You can leave us alone, right? Come on. You got plenty of more shit. Plenty more people out there. San Antonio, Austin, Dallas. Hey, you don't need to mess with us. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, I mean,
but they hate shit. Like one of the patterns that I've noticed, you know, from you know taking the bus here and there and hanging out here and there and shit. When you see like a state trooper,
yeah,
fucking whatever, and I've noticed that they pull people over. They've been pulling people over like crazy. So if he's behind you for at least 2-3 minutes, he's gonna pull you over.
Yeah,
and pretty much that's how long it takes them to pull you over because like I said, I watch everything, especially a cop or whatever and stuff. And I had noticed like the last couple of times that I've seen them, they pull somebody over and then shortly after, maybe like fucking 10-15 minutes later, a bunch of unmarked cars show up.
No shit.
And it's fucking nice. And it's happened the last 4 times that I've seen a state trooper pull somebody over. About 10-15 minutes later, ICE shows up and starts looking through shit or checking people and shit. So I'm wondering if like DPS and the ICE, you know, so I've been telling everybody too, you see a fucking state trooper, fucking, you know, watch it because ICE is probably close if you're worried about ICE.
Well,
but I'm just like shit. I don't have my documents.
Well, I mean,
I just recently got my fucking birth certificate. I haven't had my birth certificate in almost like 20 years.
Well, I mean, if anybody out there listening, like, if you think you're at risk, if you actually happen to find yourself in a position, just talk really bad Spanish because your Spanish probably isn't that good anyway, and just yeah, exactly. Just do that, and they'll be like, "Oh, you know, you're from here. You weren't born in Mexico." And they'll probably let you go. That's your best bet. Because right now things are crazy, dude. I mean, everything is so fucking messed up. And like, man, what we know, and we do guys are shutting it down, but like, we started the show talking about that, about how our government constantly tries to like use literally everything they can to distract us from what they're really doing, which is basically just fucking us over all the goddamn time. And
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, I mean they're great at it. They are great at it. The number one thing right now is the Epstein files, because here's the reality: like it's out there. People are talking about it. You know, names have been listed. What the fuck? But here's the thing, though: it's just dragging it out. Like nothing is actually being done. Nobody's being prosecuted. Nobody's being convicted. Nobody's even being charged. And there's a reason for that. Now, unbeknownst to most of y'all, especially if you're a new listener, I went to school for law. I want to be a lawyer. And one thing that I learned, and one thing that is still true today, and I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine recently about the situation, is that when it comes to court cases, the easiest and best defense, and always the first defense, is to grease some palms, talk to some people, and drag it the fuck out. The longer the case drags out, eventually the person in question or the other party will get tired of waiting and just drop it. And they'll just forget about it. So you know what? I don't feel like doing this anymore. I'll take the settlement. Fuck it. I'm good. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
It happened.
Yeah, it happens all the fucking time. Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about a simple court case. You know, child support. Somebody fucking, you know, didn't fucking pay their rents. Their fucking landlord is suing them, you know, for fucking damage of property. We're talking about sex crimes against children that were performed by rich celebrities and politicians.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Epstein. My bad.
You're good. Think about rich, you know.
I got a little loud.
We're talking about celebrities and politicians that a lot of us look up to. A lot of us look up to, including our fucking president. I don't look up to him, but I know some of you fuckers do. And the sad part about it, the part that bugs me the most, though, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, all of that bugs me. But one thing that I shouldn't have said it that way. Well, one thing that really bugs me though is when it comes up about Trump, you know, being involved in that shit, and how people try to like act like it's so outlandish, like that he could never be involved in something like that. And it's like, are we talking about the same person? Because I mean, he's been on record, on camera, long before he was president, showing his integrity. He's a piece of shit. He does not give a fuck. So you're gonna tell me that this person, oh God forbid, he never would have touched kids? Never, ever. No, fuck no. Because you know people that are way, way, way better people than they are, and they have. So yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like the moment they said it, I mean, let's be honest, they got pictures of him with Epstein, and this is long before AI took over. Okay, those are authentic fucking photos, motherfuckers. You can fucking tweet me all you want. Oh no, that's not the Photoshop didn't exist back then, motherfucker. Those are authentic fucking photos of him with Epstein doing shit. But everybody wants to pretend like no, he could never do that. Why? Because you fucking voted for him? Is that it? Is that the only reason? Because you voted for him, you can't accept the fact that you made a mistake? I said it before, I'll say it again. Your vote doesn't count anyway. I found this out recently. This is crazy, and we'll start shutting it down because this is a good note to close on. I found this out recently. This is insane. Okay. I found out every single president. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me look it up before I state this. Hold on. Which there's okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I ran across this video, and it's crazy that like it sounds crazy, but all but one president, and I just found out right now, Martin Van Buren, all but one president in the United States of America are all related to each other.
Yeah, in one way or another.
Yeah, like they all have they all have like
come across that.
they all have a lineage, right?
Mhm.
And even Hillary Clinton, whom was not elected, is actually also tied to Donald Trump. By the way, crazy. Now, here's the craziest thing, though. Okay, let all that sink in. It all ties down to one source. There's always going to be a source. And guess what? Royalty. It was a king. I can't remember who his name was, but it was a king in Europe that every single president is all tied to that one person.
Yep.
And that means,
He's like the atom of the presidents.
yep, that means that every single president we've ever had, they were not elected, they were not voted in, they were chosen, they were selected based on the family members' choices, folks.
The lineage.
Yes. Think about that.
Yeah.
You're talking about 200 years of presidents, 200 years, and only one of them is not tied to that lineage. That's a really funny coincidence, if you ask me. But in psychology, you learn really quickly there are no fucking coincidences. That shit was planned since day one. When the first motherfuckers came over here and took this took this fucking land over from the Native Americans, they said, "All right, cool. I'll tell you what. For all we know, the entire fucking all of our history, it's been a fucking lie. All of our history has been a fucking lie, dude. They didn't come over here to escape repression. They came over here to expand." Boom.
And
Drops
try
mic.
Try something new, maybe. It's like let's experiment with this shit.
Think about it. How many TV shows and movies do we see about? How many TV shows and movies have we seen that literally portray that about, like, you know, like other planets coming to Earth trying to take over for colonization? That's literally what they did. And matter of fact, in the beginning, wasn't America called a colony?
Mm-hmm.
These were not rebels. These were not rebels. They were fucking people branching off to fucking colonize this part of the globe. When Columbus supposedly found this part of the planet, hey, there's more land over here. Yeah, that's what they say. I really don't believe the whole story. But either way, somebody found this part of this part of the world. Say, hey, there's more fucking places we can inhabit. Let's go over here. We're getting pretty overpopulated over here. They probably have better shit, better climates. I don't know, different shit. Fuck it. And they have hot chicks too. I mean, shit. Every fucking Mexican is a fucking mutt. Let's be honest. You got a mixture of everything. You know, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, the Europeans came to this side of the globe and just colonized, and then sugarcoated the history and said, just to cover their asses, that they raped and pillaged and murdered. But in the overall, they came here for the right reasons. They were just trying to escape repression, the same repression that they caused to the people that were already living here. But it's okay, because the goal was they were trying to get away from bad people. But all the while, they were actually the same bad people working for badder people, just like our politicians are doing right fucking now. Holy shit, full circle, 200 fucking years later, nothing has fucking changed. God damn it. Joey, I think we just solved the mystery. I might die tomorrow. By the way, for the record, I did not kill myself. Just saying. This is live, motherfuckers. This is live.
I'm not suicidal, and I've never thought of killing myself.
This is live. I did not kill myself. And again, I said that right. I did not kill myself. For whatever reason, something horrible happens to me tomorrow or the next day. I know I'm not gonna lie. I know I overstepped a little bit, but it's just funny because it came to me right now. It all fell into place. Holy shit! Like, dude, like, what if that's what all this was? Think about it.
Yeah.
History. And as I said it before, his story. The story is told by the winners, not by the losers.
Yeah,
And they can
told by the winners.
they can fabricate that story however the fuck they want. Do you think the German history books back in the 1950s told about how America was the fucking victim in that war? No, I guarantee you not. Nowadays, you bring up World War II in Germany, they're like, oh, they don't want to talk about it
Yeah.
because they're ashamed of it. They're ashamed of it. We love America. And it's like, hey, and my mentality is like, hey, that wasn't you.
What was it that was with us? We just kind of stepped in and was like, all right.
Yeah, my mentality, hey,
After Pearl Harbor.
that wasn't you. You weren't there. You know, that has nothing to do with you. I don't hate you. Same with the Japs. Hey, man, hey, you weren't there. That's not your fault. That was your fucking grandparents. And here's the reality: your grandparents probably didn't want to be there either. It's the assholes that told them to go there and told them to fucking do that shit. Again, it all goes to the same source. Rich assholes sending young men to die to protect their stuff. It's been going on since the beginning of time. It never ends. It's the same shit, day in, day out. You know, right now, we're at war with Iran. Why? Fuck if I know. I've absolutely no idea. I have no idea what the fuck with them.
I
Besides,
don't know. I think us fighting Iran has to do with the whole Palestine and Israel shit.
I do
I'm
too.
not sure.
I
said, I haven't been to whatever, but I had heard something about, I don't know if it was Iran or somebody whatever, and they were saying if America keeps doing something, then it's like you got a problem with this.
like
But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't looked into anything, and I've been kind of like whatever with the whole political and the whole whatever thing. Because like I had other things to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna play a really quick snippet of a set from Greg Giraldo. It's on YouTube. Greg Giraldo, Terrorism. I hope that YouTube allows me to play this. I'm only gonna play a small part of it, so hopefully it's not take it down. But I want you to get an idea of what we're talking about. Check it out. Hold on.
Stories.
yeah.
Terrorism stories on the news. I live in New York City, so you're always worried about this. Terrorism stories on the news. My son is watching it. He's like, but Daddy, how come the bad men hate us so much? Why do those bad men hate us? Isn't that heartbreaking, man? I almost started crying, Because he's 18. What kind of moron am I raising? I don't know why they hate us, dipshit. Why don't you read the paper and form your own opinions? Why do they hate us? Nobody knows why they hate us, because Americans don't read papers. We don't know shit. We don't know what goes on in other countries. You ever talk to a European? Sometimes you have no choice. You ever talk to one of these people? You're trying to learn to ski or whatever? These Europeans, they know everything. They know more about America than we know about ourselves. I don't know what it is about starting to smoke when you're 9 years old that turns you into a geopolitical genius. But these fuckers know everything. They always say, it's like, actually, the U.S. could have lost its independence during the War of 1812. And you're like, all right, I don't know. You're trying to think of the one thing you know about Europe. You're like, oh, French chicks got hairy pits, right? I was talking to this Arab guy. He said, why do the Americans always support the Israelis?
Right
He said,
here.
it's probably because in America, the Jews have all the money and they control the media, which is ridiculous and racist and really only part of it.
Now, let that sink in. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. The ones in the back.
Israelis. He said, it's probably... I was talking to this Arab guy. He said, why do the Americans always support the Israelis? He said, it's probably because in America, the Jews have all the money and they control the media, which is ridiculous and racist and really only part of it.
That's all I'm gonna play, just in case YouTube says to take it down. I'm gonna play anymore. But that set is over 10 years old. Bear in mind, okay. And here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing: is it like he's not wrong? The Jews have all the money; they control all the media. Think about that, folks. Like, and I know it sounds racist. I'm not. For the record, I'm not racist. Okay, I don't think it's any race. Period. However, what he said is not wrong. Think about it. All of our media is controlled by a handful of fucking families, and guess where they come from? Yeah, look it up. If you think I'm wrong, look it up, folks. Look it up. It's a scary thing to contemplate, that that we think that we have freedom in this country. And I will say this: we have a lot more freedom than other countries do, and I'm grateful for that every single fucking day. However,
Yeah.
the reality of it is, in the words of George Carlin, what we have is not freedom. What we have is privileges, because
Mhm.
privileges can be taken away. If somebody tells you you cannot say this or say that, when there's a document that's old as time that says I can say whatever the fuck I want, that is no longer a freedom. That is no longer a right. That has now become a privilege. If I can't make a
Mhm.
racist joke because somebody might be offended and I can actually lose my job over that, guess what? That is not a right. That's a privilege. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that that person, should not be offended by what I said. All I'm saying is that
Mhm.
that should not be illegal. That's a privilege. That's how we started the fucking
Yeah.
show. Is it's just based on that?
Yep.
Is it taking away our privileges and telling us that it's okay? The normalization of this country, of our government taking away things from us and making it seem like it's okay. And the reality is because we were distracted by so much crap. Every single person is like just dealing with something. Like I was talking about the other day,
Yeah.
it's crazy that like people my age, okay, half my friends that I still keep in touch with, that I know since high school, half of them are doing like really great, and the other half of them are like just barely getting by. You see what I'm saying? Like some of them have kids, some of them don't have kids, but either way, it's like it's 50-50. It's like everybody made choices. Some people made bad choices, some people made good choices. Either way, they're just dealing with life. Nobody's life in either category is doing perfect though. We're all just trying to get to the end of the fucking day. And that's what I realized. Is like, man, I mean, everything is just so fucking wrong right now, dude. Like everything is fucked up, and we're so focused on our day-to-day that we're not realizing that, what, if we stopped and just looked around and realized this is wrong, maybe we could do something about this. But we're too busy, to try to take care of our own personal shit. And that's, to me, the goal of our government, is just to make us, so fucking, concerned about our day-to-day that we can't focus on anything else. And it's working. It's working great.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
and we'll close on this. Like, the one thing that really bugged me the most was when Donald Trump, amidst all of the crap that he was saying in the press conference, when it came up about the Epstein files, even stated, not verbatim, stated how, there are more important things to worry about than the Epstein files. I mean, we should move on and talk about something else. And alongside, when later he said, some brave soldiers may die, but that often happens in war. Now, like to me, that just sounds like somebody that should not be our president, because it sounds like somebody that does not value human life, that is not
Yeah.
connected to himself, period. That's it. Like, if I don't know you, I don't fucking care about you, so fuck off. That's what I got from that. But yet we have so many people that support our president. And again, for the record, if you're not an old listener, when Joe and I first started the podcast, Trump was in office yet, and we didn't fucking talk shit about him. We said, hey, let's just see what happens. I'm curious. I like what he's talking about. He's entertaining. Our friend Ben Fowler, may he rest in peace, even chimed in saying it's fun to watch. I want to see what he's gonna say next. But 4 years later, 6 years later, it's like, okay, I think you need to go to bed, Mr. President. I think you've had enough. It's time to call it. It's time to call it a day. It's time to call it a life. I think you're senile. I'm pretty sure he's senile, dude. I'm like
Yeah,
a
well, I had seen the last whatever shit that I had seen on social media was like they think like he's had a stroke or like having a stroke or some shit because there's some video of him at like a ceremony kind of thing and he's sitting there and you kind of see his face like kind of like twitch and he kind of like has like a little thing,
yeah.
but like nobody notices because he doesn't really move, but like his face kind of like fucked up. And it looks like he loses himself for a minute.
Yeah, see, I think I think the food you're talking about. That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, I'm more than sure that Biden was fucking senile before he left office.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but I mean, like Trump, like just watching him in his press conferences, like one, like he repeats himself constantly, and the only people that do that are drunk people and people that are fucking crazy. That's it.
Mhm.
Only those two categories: drunk people and crazy people. And guess what? I'm pretty sure he's not fucking drinking whiskey before he goes on the fucking in the press conference. So guess what? He's got dementia. He's losing. He's almost fucking 80 for Christ's sakes, man. My dad's almost 70. Ray's dad, I think he just turned 70 or 71. I can't remember. And we are talking about that today. And because Ray throws it out all the time. I get pissed. Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking say that. Oh, my dad's got dementia. Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking say that. I get pissed.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I remind myself, however, I mean, they are at that age, they will tend to forget things. It happens. It's not necessarily dementia, but memory loss does happen after a certain age. This is, and I'm talking about I'm talking about late 60s, early 70s. Trump is in his late 70s. And you're telling me, oh yeah, he's totally got it together. Yeah, a almost 80-year-old man should definitely be running our fucking country, in charge of one of the most powerful military fucking factions in the entire planet. Yes, that's a great idea. Are you fucking kidding me? That makes no fucking sense at all. He has no military background, no political background besides before he got into office. But yet, this motherfucker is in charge of our entire fucking nation. And nobody has anything wrong with that. I mean, hey, what do I know, right? I'm just a delivery driver. I mean, shit. I must be crazy. I must be. You know, I'm sorry if logic is something that people have a hard time fucking dealing with. But yeah, last time I checked, none of this makes any fucking sense at all. I swear to God, dude. I pray to God that we continue this platform. We get it off the ground. I create a empire for my daughter that she can take over after I'm gone. Because the way things are going, I don't know, dude. I need I'm all everything. This whole thing, by the way, this is why I need you to like stay on board. This whole thing is all for her, man. I'm creating an empire for her. When long after we're dead, and we can't do this or we can't do this shit anymore, she'll take over the fucking business. She'll keep it going. Because like the way things are going is like, dude, self-made men, they don't exist. It's all a fucking farce. And in fact, okay, that's a good note to close on. We'll close on that. To anybody out there, if you still believe in the American dream, I'm gonna hurt your feelings a little bit and don't, because it still exists, but it's like barely even there. Because there are no self-made anybody. Nobody in this country that is as wealthy as they are that said that they did it themselves. Fucking Bill Gates, Elon Musk, fucking they had Apple for his name, fucking shit, Steve Jobs. Yeah, they all had money. Even fucking guys like influencers like fucking Justin Bieber and fucking Logan Paul and fucking Jake Paul. These motherfuckers, they all had money. They had money to spend to get themselves fucking out there on social media and make themselves famous, and they're making money off of it. The reality is, though, in today's society, you can still achieve greatness by working your ass off. But the unfortunate part is you're gonna have to fucking do some things that you're not gonna agree with. You're gonna have to cut some corners, you're gonna have to screw some people over, you're gonna have to lie, cheat, steal, hurt some people. And I'm sorry to admit it, but that's just the reality. Nature of the beast. I haven't said that in a while.
Yep.
In this country, that used to be the case. That used to be the way it was. But unfortunately, also as our politicians evolved, like we said earlier, they weren't fucking repressing. They were fucking colonizing. Once
Yeah.
this country grew big enough, populated enough, they realized they needed to implement the exact same practices that their former countries did, and they're doing it now. America is not as old as Europe is, folks. Remember that. We're hundreds of years younger. Hundreds of years younger. Now they're doing great. We're a bunch of fucking morons. Like fucking Greg Giraldo said, they know more about us than we do ourselves. Because they actually read paper, they keep up with shit. Our politicians keep us fucking retarded so that it's easier to control us. And being that we're so much younger than those European nations is why it's so much easier to control us, because we're all a bunch of fucking kids by comparison. If you think about it.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I swear to God, it's funny that I'm like saying those lists in my head, and I'm breaking it all down at the same time and going, fuck me, dude. This is fucking crazy. Again, this is not rehearsed. Like I'm this is kind of my head right now. I'm just like thinking about like what I just said right now. Like, god damn, that is really fucked up.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's our country's just because I mean I had heard about a document from way back when, and it has to do with like Israel and fucking all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with whatever? But yeah, and who knows? Like something about that. The people that paid for the people to come over here, it was all funded by like the Jewish people and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like all of this was like set up for them to come in and just take over or some shit. I don't know. I would go down rabbit holes when I was on my shit too. So it was a rabbit hole that I went down that supposedly it was just set up for them to just come in and do what they do. And that's why that there's something that the Jewish people do everywhere they go, and that's why they keep getting kicked out. But pretty much what they do is they go in and they start kind of taking over like real estate and stuff.
Yeah.
And or what they do is they lend money out or some shit like that. And like people put up their shit, and then before you know it, they own all the property all over the place. You know what I mean? And they kind of like run everything. And then yeah, there's a fucking name for it or some shit. And yeah, like that's why like the Jews have been kicked out of so many countries before because of shit like that. But like that's like the whole Palestine Israel kind of shit thing. It was kind of I was going down that rabbit hole, and it kind of led me to like us and like how they say the Jews run the fucking pretty much the film industry and all of that shit. So it's like they put out without that what we see and everything, so they can manipulate everything the way they want to and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a rabbit hole, and it was about that our country, and it was just set up for them to just come in and eventually just take over and run everything. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's like they just fucking TikTok. That's why I don't fucking get on it anymore.
Like that's
one thing I did hear about was a fucking there's a lawsuit or some shit going against TikTok or social media or whatever because like TikTok is retarded. Now I don't know, but like some shit is with kids and some like I don't know what it is, depression or suicidal. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's going against social media and shit.
That's been on for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I think I don't remember if it was on my MySpace or my Facebook. I posted something on there one time. I said, give it about 10 years, there's gonna be a class action lawsuit against one of these sites for like cyberbullying because kids committing suicide, what the fuck. And sure enough, it's happening. And for the record, I mean, I don't condone bullying in any way, shape, or form. But I wasn't surprised when I heard about it. It's like, yeah, I mean, kids were cruel when I was a kid, and we didn't have social media
Yeah.
back then. So you think that they're not going to be worse when they can do it easier? Of course they are. Kidding me? But here's the reality. I think that's bullshit to do that. You know why? Because the only people you should blame are the fucking parents.
Yeah.
If you have shitty parents, guess what? You're gonna have shitty kids. Sorry, that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, folks. I mean, if you're an asshole, it's probably because your parents fucking probably raised you to be an asshole. Because asshole kids grow up to be asshole adults. And if you grow up all that way into your adulthood, it's very, very hard to change your ways. Because you've always been an asshole. And most people do not change unless they're faced with an extreme. I change constantly. I change constantly all the fucking time. I'm always fucking changing. That to survive. I was never raised one way. But one thing I've learned is that's the truth. You spoiled brats. I see parents, with their spoiled kids, and like, oh, that kid's gonna be a piece of shit when he gets older. You already know. You already know. They're letting get away with our president right now. I said in the last episode, our president right now is a baby running around, holding his diaper in the air, flailing around with shit, flying around everywhere. Look what I can do! Look what I can do! I can do whatever I want because nobody cares. Nobody cares. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can do whatever I want. And our politicians, the ones that actually can tell him to stop doing that, keep saying, "You just keep doing what you're doing, Mr. President. It's okay. We don't mind as long as you leave us the fuck alone because we're getting rich." And long after they finally do get rid of your ass, we'll be so fucking rich we won't even fucking care. We'll retire and go home and boom. Florida, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what it comes down to, and it's here's the last part. We'll shut it down with this. Like,
Yeah.
this is why I think a lot of people. This is a theory I've been toying with recently. I think that this is why some people, not everybody, some people
Yeah.
like go that road to become like rich and famous. Because if you have enough money and you can just spend it on all kinds of shit that will.
Well, yeah. Remember we had mentioned in a previous podcast about how what if these people just always were like this? It's just that's why they got to the position of power that they were at, so they can do and get away with
Whatever they want.
things that they always wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, the other parts of that to branch off is that some of these people, it's a thing of like, you know what, like, this is the world we live in, and everything is just shitty. So, fuck it. Let me be a piece of shit and just enjoy my life. Because I mean, why the fuck not? I'm gonna die anyway, and there's no fucking heaven or hell after this is all gone. I mean, I'm gonna die. The fucking screen goes black, and that's it. So if I live my entire life being a piece of shit, but I enjoyed it, then fuck it. I mean, is that really a bad life? Is it? And I really think that's what happens. I really think that everybody, not everybody, I should disclaimer, not everybody, but a good majority of the people in on this planet, not just our country, on this planet, that are in a position to where they're wealthy and they're not giving their money away. They're living lavishly. They live in $1 million house. They got fucking 18 fucking cars that they never even fucking drive. They fucking buying $3,000 suits that never even fucking wear, going to all these fucking events that they don't even give a shit about, spending all this money going to events, getting paid for these events, giving fucking cameos on commercials, getting other people that don't have money to donate their hard-earned money to other programs like charities and homeless kids and kids in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And all the while they're doing this, knowing full well that they are pieces of shit for doing this. But in the back of their mind, they're saying, I mean, there's no fucking anything after this, so fuck it. I may be a piece of shit, but hey, guess what? At least I can say I lived my fucking life and I died fucking happy.
That one that I get, I got it.
I got it.
I had a good time.
I can't do
Okay.
that. I was raised with integrity. I mean, I have integrity, but you never know. We all have our breaking points. You never know.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not dead yet. Every hero has the potential to become a villain. Every villain has the potential to become a hero. Choice is always yours.
Yep.
But anyways,
Yep.
that's a good note to close off on. We're gonna go shut this down. This is what we like to call Joey Max Power's final thought. I'll let Jerry Springer, may rest in peace. If you're new listener, or you're a young person and you're not familiar with who Jerry Springer is, Jerry Springer was a talk show host. He would get low and middle class people on this show to like basically bitch about their fucking dramas, and it was entertaining. There's always a fight that broke out. I wish it was it Steve? Was Steve the security guard? Was that his name? There was a one security guard that was always the first one to rush in, and, like pull the fucking chick off of the chick.
Yeah.
I think it was Steve. If I'm wrong, forgive me. I'll look it up later. But yeah, I used to love that show.
Well, I mean, he was there for a good while.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually,
Like that's why
people started like, damn, the security guys is whatever.
people knew him by name. Oh, and again, I forget. I hope I'm right. I think it was Steve. But
Yeah, I did. Not Steve Wilco. Is it? He ended up getting his own show, like fucking.
shut up, really? That's fucking awesome. Well, I'm looking. Okay, before we're about to shut it down, but only because you know what? Fuck, I have a computer. Hold on, security guard on Jerry Street. I'll see if I can pull it real quick, and then we'll shut it down. Security guard, Jerry Street. There you go. Boom. Steve. Yeah, you're right. Steve Wilkos. Holy shit, you're right. Steve Wilkos. Yeah, he was the main security guard that would constantly be the one to like pull the one chick off the other chick after finding out.
First one to go in.
Yeah. God bless that motherfucker. I love that motherfucker. Anyways, but yeah, this is what we like to call our final thoughts. A la Jerry Springer, may rest in peace. Jerry Springer, he would always have these outlandish shows of his people just fucking starting fights, creating drama. You know, you're not the baby's daddy. I know who the baby's dad is.
Pay-per-view Jerry Springer, like goddamn.
God, it was hilarious. I missed that show. But anyways, but in the end, though, he would always give these profound messages that related to what he talked about in the show, what happened in the show, and again, you know, I mean, after you laughed your ass off at people being idiots, you always got a good message at the end. So that's what this was. Thank you for this much. If you got this far, that's what this was. Listen to us banter, talk a lot of shit, and now we're gonna give something profound. Hopefully, you take our messages off and do something good with it. That being said, this is Joey's final thought. Joey, go right ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I know I put the up out there. Sorry about that.
For Joey's final thought, like I always say, you know, take care of each other, check on each other, mental health. Oh shit. Wasn't really thinking about this one, but I mean, not just mental health, but physical health, because yeah, like I've been fucking hurt. That's why we haven't put an episode the last couple of weeks. So you know, yeah, it's kind of, you know, take care of yourself too, because you can't do shit if you can't do shit. And yeah, you know, it's like I haven't been in the whole whatever thing so what's going on, so I don't really know. But I mean, like I always say, take care of each other, and things are changing fucking crazy right now. So there are countries at war apparently, and yeah, everybody be cautious and just be good, take care of each other. Just remember, we're all one, doing the same thing, and yeah, that's about it. That is Joey's final thought. I'm still working on these things.
Very good. With that being said, that was Joey's final thought. This is Max Power's final thought. Only thing I want to say to wrap up this episode is based on, you know, everything that we talked about, the only thing that I really want to emphasize is to, like Joey said, you know, to take care of each other, look out for each other, and really just be there for each other. You know, as I said earlier, you everybody's dealing with something. You know what I'm saying? We all have, our own personal struggles. Some of us like to assume that because somebody always carries themselves a certain way, they have a great life. But let's be honest. I mean, 60% of the time, that's not the case. It's just a show. They put on a front because they don't want other people to ask them questions, ask them what's going on in their lives because it's too difficult to talk about. But if somebody actually did ask with actual genuine concern, you'd be surprised because that's what they were waiting for. Someone to actually give a shit. All I'm trying to say is that, like, understand that everybody you meet, everybody you are involved with, everybody you talk to, everybody, even people you've known your entire lives, are all dealing with something that you will never know about because it's not your concern. But it's something that they are struggling with. And when sometimes they're having a really bad day, they might take it out on you. Don't take it personal. Understand, hey, maybe it was just a really, really bad timing. I love when my close friends, give me shit that are Christians. I hit them up and say, hey, that's not very Christian. Like, doesn't the Bible teach forgiveness? Because I'm not religious and I forgive everybody. Just saying. But last thing I want to say is that in the end, folks, so many of us, just deal with shit. And it's the truth. And the reality is, everybody's goal is the same. Is just to get to the end of the day. So every single person you meet, have that mentality in mind. This person, maybe they're a piece of shit, but until they wrong you, their goal is the same as yours, just to get to the end of the day. Don't stand in their way. Help them. Because you never know. One day, you might find yourself in the same situation, and all you want is somebody to just get out of your way so you can get to the end of the fucking day. That being said, this has been Don't Be So Sensitive with Joy Max Power. I'm Max Power here with my co-host.
Jody, motherfucker.
There you are. Y'all be safe out there. But more importantly, be grateful.
Bitch.